everybody. This is Des from the Eldritch Scribe doing our little spot for a bit of company mandatory fun. Christmas parties are the best and adventuring guilds are even better. I'm joined by some lovely people and we've got some lovely sponsors such as World Anvil, a world building website which helps world builders and authors with their notes. Affiliate links are in chat. I assume we can pop them in. Anything that goes from that, I believe, is going to the charity at the end of the month. We also have a few giveaways running over in the Roll for Damage Twitter accounts, so signal boost that. You can enter a draw 3 times for, I believe it's an alternate cover of Fizman's Treasury of Dragons. We got Dungeon Fog, an awesome map making program with, I believe that's 10,000 community made maps in usage. We've got Meeples and Dragons, an Australian based D&D accessory company. We got a bit of Welton Forge, which got a bit here. It's great. It's phenomenal. We love the stuff. Hero Forge, can't forget it. We have the tokens, as you see on screen, except Daria, who likes to show us up and make her own art to make us all feel bad about ourselves. Other than that, we've got, I believe that's it. Other than Hit Point Press, you've seen some of their products. I'm sure people know about them. They're phenomenal. They make some really good supplements. I believe that's all the sponsors we have to go through. So to make sure I don't do to what he did to me on my first guest appearance, I'm going to ask Josh to introduce himself first.
Oh, yeah. Never going to be allowed to forget it. Never going to be.
No, never.
Hi, everybody. I'm Josh the Pirate. I'm one of the mainstays on here on Roll for Damage. I also have my own channel, Corsair's Cove, twitch.tv/Corsair's Cove. You can check out. I run a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and Humblewood specifically. I'm currently having Daria over to guest star on the game I'm running over on Corsair's Cove, which is really fun. And beyond that, I'm part of the There Be Dragons podcast. We're a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skem Felspar, und his little dragon, Crush.
Thank you. Nikki, you want to go tell us about yourself?
Hi. I'm Nikki. I'm also Nickabrack, which is NIC, stupid number of underscores, A_Brack. I will be in chat. I am new to streaming, but having a lot of fun. I do a weekly Saturday segment where I talk about the biology of D&D creatures. As a biologist and ecologist myself, it's fun to add a bit of realism and also magic, so that's a thing. Also do chill out streams, and we'll potentially maybe do some more D&D come 2022 on stream. But I've been playing for 5 years, and I have the privilege of having played a little bit done some world building with Des, and yeah, checked out some of those maps, so I'm pretty keen to be here.
We made an archfey. That was fun. The biology piece, honestly, people, you need to check that out. I stumbled upon it one day and I watch it so much now. It's so interesting to hear someone who's much smarter than me talk.
No.
AJ.
It's a niche.
It's a niche, just a little one.
Yeah.
Was that me?
Yeah, AJ, you next.
I'm good at this, I promise. Hey, I'm AJ. I play with Des and Daria on the Eldritch Scribe. Been playing with Des for 2 and a bit years, and they haven't traumatized me too much just yet. So, ready for some fun Christmas stuff.
Des, you're not trying hard enough.
I don't know, I've split his soul, I've killed him a lot. Torment, dude's like a sponge for torment.
Sounds like he likes it, yeah.
Yeah, we don't shame in this house.
Yes, my name is Daria. I am also a player in the Eldritch Scribe campaign, where I do my damnedest to make Des's life horrible and sad and torturous. I'm also an artist. You can find me on Twitter, you can talk to me there, or just, hang out. And also, I have a little present since it's Christmas. I'm gonna show you something cool. Hey, look at my...
Oh, it glows.
Yeah, it
That's
fucking
so
glows. I'm so happy. Yeah, that's me.
That's fancy. And yeah, I heard it from people. I'm Des, the main stable DM of the Eldritch Scribe, where I put up with a bunch of great idiots to make my life difficult. We're currently doing a mini campaign. We're getting ready for our next big one, which is a big undertaking, but for now we're just doing a chill Viking game that's got about 7 weeks left. It's high level enough, like 10, 11 now, I think, or getting to 11 soon, but we're getting through there. And yeah, find us there, twitch.tv/Eldritch. We also have our lovely tech. I don't know if they want to shout anything out, but Nova's teching, so shouldn't have a little bit of love. Other than that, we've got company mandatory fun to get to. So,
there is one other thing I just forgot. Also, you can head on over to the Dungeon Masters Guild. Nova has a couple of bits up there. His Warlock subclasses that he put up for Halloween. If you buy them during this month, at the end of this month, Nova will donate all of the money raised to St Jude's as well. So that's another thing. I put the links up in chat.
oh yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to piggyback off that there. Oh, sounds sweet. Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that. So we were talking a little bit before this stream went live, and Josh very kindly said that if the goal hits 2,000, he will be wearing a full Santa outfit for any other streams he is part of. So I would love to see that a reality. It's definitely on my bucket list. So let's show.
Don't worry, it'll be happening one way or the other.
One way or another.
Yes.
We can peer pressure into this. But yes, slowly but surely, you're all members of the Gardex and Grim Adventuring Company. To celebrate the winter solstice, they hold their yearly winter solstice party. Each year's theme being slightly different. This year is a scheduled murder mystery. All of you were given your roles before you arrived. The lot of you being given the role of detective. No one's dead yet. They got a few other events that they got to get through first, as such as mandatory for awful Christmas parties. As you arrive to the door, there is a few members of your adventuring company already lounging around inside. You notice to your left as you enter the home, there is 3 people. There is a half-elven young man. He's got quite a reputation for being able to fight. He's an Echo Knight of sorts. Goes by the name Magna. Other than that, he is flanked by a very odd satyr bard. College of the Weird Singers. Quite a perpetual odd prophecy type of girl. Her name is Lavenna. And other than that, you have a blood hunter, a Lyca. They notice you all turn around, and they wave at you. Being somewhat comrades, you all know them to a somewhat degree extent. As they wave over at the party. Josh, could you please tell us who you're playing?
I am playing Silver. Silver is a druid and does not really understand the solstice of which you speak, but here for fun, yes?
Phenomenal.
Silver is a Ladrin elf, sort of currently autumn, but changes season fairly often. Does not really understand, but yes, happy times, mage drinking, yes?
Oh god.
I feel vaguely offended, and I don't know why.
This is not my attempt to do your accent, I promise.
That's why I don't know why. It's just a little weird.
Next at the door, there is AJ's character. Can you tell us who you're playing?
Oh, my character. Okay.
You can see which order I'm going to call this out. You're in file on the map.
Oh yeah, true. Whoops. So I'm playing a human, or at least seemingly human. She is a rogue. She's dressed pretty much like a Southern belle. Pink dress, long gloves, very fashionable. There may or may not be a hidden rapier in the back of the dress, but we'll get to that.
Perfect. And what is her name?
Bitsy.
Bitsy. Next in line, we have the 2 mages. Would anyone like to volunteer between the 2 of you to go first?
Go.
This sort of very fine-featured, almost human-looking woman walks in with these very over-the-top Christmas robe on. It's very the bright red green trim. There's a little white sash, and she's hurriedly carrying all of these little posters. And she sort of pushes past the other mage. She goes, "Oh my god, I'm so ready! The company fun. It's going to be amazing. I brought posters. I've got gingerbread men. It's going to be amazing. I hope you're all ready." And Karen continues to walk into the room.
Last but not least, Daria, would you introduce yourself?
Yes, you see a very haggard, very tired and stressed looking elven wizard lady. She is in very simple robes, looks kind of like a business suit. and she looks very tired and always checks back to a little floating planner on her side, and just checks that every decoration is in place, everything is where it should be, because she was hired to organize the decorations and she is very nervous about everything.
Is he
in
events
there.
coordinator?
Yep.
Yes.
She's the party
So we
planner,
have 2 adventurers, a HR manager, and a party planner. That sounds like a start of an awful joke. So, as you enter the entry hall, this is the large home of Gyaradex and Grimm's Adventuring Company. You're greeted with beautiful hardwood flooring and vaulted ceilings, a beautiful interior with many artifacts adorning the walls of paintings of past adventures, but nothing more impressive than the 2 main suits of armors of the former fallen comrades of Gyaradex and Grimm's, the former champion Goliaths, Marakal and Kulkani. Long may their souls be at rest. As you come in, Magnus kind of turns around the chair. He goes, "Well, you're all right. Are you going to go in? I believe old Grimm's setting up the gingerbread competition."
What
Oh,
is
man.
gingerbread competition?
Oh my god, you have to try some. And I hand him a
I-
gingerbread cookie.
I intend to, but what is it? How is it
you'll have to ask
competition?
Grimm the rules, but last year it was tallest house wins. I'm not sure what it's going to be this time.
My oh my.
Magic allowed, skullduggery preferred.
Is this teams or only one person?
No, but the ceremonial hall, the dining hall is where he's setting it up, so we'll all head in there. Whenever you're ready, I suppose. I believe Gyaradex is still baking a bit of it up in the kitchen.
My body is prepared.
That's the attitude we want here.
Vivian will slightly tug on the sleeve of Magnus and say, yes, but is the catering here? I messaged them a while ago and they had some problems on the way. Is everything all right?
Nothing arrived. Gyaradex is in the kitchen cooking up a storm.
Oh no, I have to go check.
Yeah, just first door on that door and then left. As you,
Silver would go up to the 2 suits of armor and just put a hand on the center of the chest piece, the chest plate of each one, and just close her eyes for a minute on both of them, just say welcoming them basically, or greeting them before proceeding in to eat gingerbread, which as far as she understands it is the goal of the competition.
Look, it might be. Thank you for not just doing heat metal or something stupid on the island that my players would do.
I destroy them immediately. Next!
Disintegrate.
Yeah.
So, as you go through, there is the large staircase up to the upper dormitories, the 2nd floor, where all of you would reside on your time within the city of Rindleton. The top floor, the 3rd floor, would be reserved for Gyaradex and Grimm. You may proceed through to the central common area if you so wish. Magnus and the others are going to be staying out here for now. Feel free to move your token around the map, and as you get to different areas, I will describe what you see.
Quick point of order. Should I be able to see anything on Roll20? Because I cannot.
yeah.
Yes, you definitely
same.
should. So
Okay.
your token.
Oh
was-
no, your character is blind.
Surprise!
Add an extra level of difficulty.
This
So
room
just
smells
hands up
so...
if you can't see something right now.
We're all good, I think.
Is it only you?
I see like a white, beautiful, snowy escape of nothingness.
Oh,
I see
It's a
black box.
blizzard.
Yes,
One
it's
second.
blizzard inside this.
I can see
Damn.
as much as my human eyes can see. Which is
My elf
Sorry,
eyes see
fix
much.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. All good, thank you.
Does that fix you, Daria?
Yep.
All right, then we've got vision.
based in Brisbane.
Ah,
That fix it for you, Nikki?
yeah. Karen opens her eyes for the first time and takes in the room.
It is blinded by candlelight.
So can everybody see?
Miracle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So feel free to move about.
I wonder what this gingerbread is all about. And I go into the next room.
As you go into the next room, you see two individuals lounging on very large large sofa chairs next to an open fireplace. You see a Loxodon individual known as Gildas, an adventurer you've worked with before. He's a muscular mite to behold and hails originally from the Ojikir region, which some of you may remember, as unfortunately I'm setting this in canon of the Eldritch Scribe universe. He's probably got the same attitude as Sylvia. Doesn't really know what's going on, but happy to partake. Next to that, you have Vornal Rain, a druid, very probably similar, but moon druid instead of shepherd druid like Sylvia. One of the oldest members of Garrix and Green, one of the first to join up after they made their guild. Other than that, this room is a beauty to behold. It is something that is a place for all who live to relax. It's got various fixtures. There's large chocolate boxes on the table where it looks like Gildas has picked at most of it already, but it is warm, and there's a small desk in the corner for those who need it.
I peruse the chocolate box. I feel Silver has a sweet tooth, and goes for the fruity liqueurs. Yeah.
You look down. Roll me an investigation check to kind of like peel through the layers of what chocolates are left.
I look for the list, like what the description list of what is each, what wrapper each one is.
It's in void speech or something, please.
Roll. All right, you find a small little piece of parchment. It looks to be like
16. There you go.
16 is not bad. 16 is fairly good. It's a small list, handwritten in Elvish, which I believe you speak. It says, "To my dearest Gardex from Grim, from Valala's sweet shop," and it has a list of various liqueurs, toffees, nut-based chocolates. And you look through the layers. There's only the ones with the nuts left in it.
Nuts are fine. Yeah, anything natural, anything sort of that grew on a tree at some point. No, nuts are like I'm fine with chocolate with nuts.
Yeah, and you look over. Gildas just has a handful of them. It's just like.
I raise an eyebrow at Gildas, like, no, it's fine. You have. I like the nutty ones. I would have thought you liked the nutty ones. These ones have peanuts.
I think that's racist.
I have seen him liking peanuts.
I like peanuts too. What's your point?
And I offer you a peanut.
Looks at people walking. He just the handful that like kind of half brush. He just platters them down on top of the tray. I'll share.
I refill my mead horn from the
there's
bottle.
Bottles of wine and all on the table. It's very nice and warm in here.
Karen has a look around. Is there any like of the drinks? Is there any eggnog or anything particularly Winter's Fest to get in the full
There
swing?
is a mulled spice wine that comes from the berries down from up north in the Frestorn Woods. It's quite the delectable and expensive treat to bring in.
She pulls out her mug, which everybody knows is Karen's mug.
I want that mug.
It's like notably always missing from the guild kitchen. Like you're pretty sure she takes it home with her. And she fills herself up a nice good mug of the nice mulled wine.
I believe from where you're sitting with, I believe some people with their vision, you can actually only, I believe Bitsy will be able to see it from her perspective. You see this old, easily close to 100-year-old human, beard down to his navel, in a net, slaving over a table, cursing under his breath as there is a storm being cooked.
The beard is in a net. I see.
The beard is in a net.
I thought
I had this mental image
were
of the
in a
dude
net?
hanging from the ceiling in a net.
Just
that's
cooking.
the dinner.
How is Annette? I haven't seen her in ages.
I take sacred damage right now. It's horrible.
The minute that Karen puts her mug down and takes her eyes off it, Bitsy would like to just move it to a different place in the room just to fuck with her.
All All right. I'll have to be a sleight of hand contested against perception check. Contested against perception check. I'll say with advantage with the keen eyes of a HR manager.
I was gonna roll real dice. Should I roll in?
You can roll IRL. I will be doing that. I do not mind. I think you will see it though.
I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, I got 19.
There you go.
With like eyes like a hawk. She almost hisses as you come near her dog.
Oh my. Okay.
Look, if you washed up in the kitchen properly, then maybe we wouldn't have this problem, but...
I'm wearing gloves.
While all of this is going on, Vivian will use her telekinetic abilities to just fix every decoration to be like exactly where it should be. Any curtains have to be like beautifully falling down, and she does not care about adventurers around. She does not care about the candy, but she's like fixing everything and beelining to the kitchen to see that they have everything they need ingredients wise.
I could spend an hour IRL just fucking with the decoration and you fixing it. Just
no, that's horrible.
The itch is there.
Make your way up. You see, as I previously described, a very tired Gardax, bags under his eyes. This old man is like he needs a cane to walk at this stage, but he is an exceptional wizard, and you just see he has many illusionary serpents. Yeah, let's go with that. Small snakes going around the table and actually fixing things as he is just like trying to cast to make anything possible. He looks and goes,
Is everything
the decorations didn't arrive. It's doomed.
Oh, I'm gonna kill someone. Oh, I did take a fireball today. Oh, I'm so angry. All right, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I will go fix it. Where are the flower arrangements?
There's meant to be flowers coming. Pluck a few leaves off the dragon leaf outside.
Christ! And she's just like scampering about trying to fix everything.
So,
Yeah,
can Silver observe that this is happening?
Yeah, you hear the conversation.
Silver would look for a pine cone about, either inside or outside.
So you see this
not super
this
fussy.
beautiful garland over the fireplace, mantle, like buried false pine cones. Probably looks like everything has been hand placed in like some, like it's almost asymmetrical in a beautiful manner. You imagine it probably took Vivian quite some time.
Yeah. Silver goes over and grabs one of the pine cones from that. Then it uses Druidcraft to, I don't know if you'll let me do this, but I would like to make more pine cones out of the pine cone I've got using Druidcraft. I would like to, because it contains seeds, grow more pine cones from it. Then I replace the pine cone I took, doing a reasonable job of putting it back
Give me
in
just
the
a
same
general
place.
dexterity check.
Very well.
Can I assist watching this?
No, I'd rather you don't.
Good, I won't. Bitsy will just watch, arms crossed, just looking sassily at it.
5.
A 5.
It's there.
I put it there. I put it back. I think I do a good job. And then I go to the wizard whose name escapes me. Sorry, Daria's character. Garadax. No.
Vivian.
Vivian. That's the one. I go to Vivian and say, Vivian, you are looking for decorations, yes?
Yes.
And I hand her half a dozen pine cones. These are seasonal.
This is worthless. What am I supposed to do with this? They're not even silvered. What do you want me to do? Can you silver them?
You could.
They are from silver.
They're made from silver?
They're
No,
made
but silver
by
gave them to you.
I hate this place.
Can I overhear this from?
Yeah, you hear it.
Sitting... Okay. I sort of come up and I go, Vivian, not to worry. We can make this work. We've talked about this. Keep the fireballs under wraps, yeah?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to use prestidigitation to mark and color the pinecone silver.
There you go.
Right. Okay.
Can-
My blood pressure is going down.
Mhm.
Vivian, can you give me a perception check when you turn back around for this?
Oh no! What am I
Yes.
supposed to be seeing?
Please.
I hate this already. Deception.
Perception. Yeah, please.
Oh, 18 though.
So you look around, Vorn and Gildas chatting away, not really minding too much. Bitsy on the chair, just relaxing. You see, almost slow motion, the pine cone off the garland fall and just knocks it a little bit. The tape comes loose and swings and just catches fire at the very end of the garland. It's just sitting there burning.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can I do a wisdom save because she's like one step away from a full-on breakdown?
Yay.
Go for it.
Oh
It's
no!
DC 12.
That's a natural one. Ay. Okay.
Roll for
so,
panic attack.
Yes. I will just. Oh my god. So it's currently on fire.
Yes.
Oh no.
No one else has noticed yet.
Would I have
okay.
noticed with my passive? Because I've got
would you like to
observant.
notice with your passive?
I would like to, and also potentially if there's like a fairly decently sharp cheese knife or, something sharp.
Yeah, you notice it.
Cool. Bitsy just grabs like a little blade, flips it, catches it, and just slashes at the little bit of ribbon that's on fire just above where the flame is.
Roll me a dagger attack. At range, I
Ooh.
assume, or are you throwing it, or are you just...
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's throw a bladed object in this room.
That does sound cool though.
It
9
works. It's gonna be wicked.
Yeah, it hits. You only trim about like half an inch, and it just kind of lazily floats down and hits the fireplace and just crumbles to ash.
So the people don't notice this sudden fire hazard. Vivian will cast dancing lights on the cones that were just colored by Karen, and she'll say, "Oh, and they can glow. Look at this. Oh, glow. So nice. So pretty. Look at them, please."
I'll just walk over and just
Yes,
remove the
very
knife from the
pretty.
wall and put it back.
Vivian will just like do a thumbs up to you and go sit down because she's not feeling very well.
Yeah.
Silver will probably get Vivian a drink.
I straight away just give Vivian a whole bunch of gingerbread men.
Okay. She just sits
What
there
race
and
are they?
Keep piling snacks.
Oh yeah, what race?
What race are the gingerbread men?
People.
Well, we
Gingerbread
actually made
people.
all of them. The gingerbread women and the gingerbread non-binary people are in the other room. I tended to
Right.
like scatter it around, and then throughout the night, we'll
Hell yeah.
don't worry. And then she doesn't.
There's
Gingerbread
a-
non-binary people is excellent.
You have a gingerbread. Okay, that is progress. Des, fucking give this
committed.
beautiful person.
I'll give that
a-
inspiration.
Yeah, I'll pay that. Pay that.
So you see the door to the dining area opens, and an older half-elven man, wearing full black suit, bald on top, with a luscious beard. You would all recognize this as Grim, the partner of Gardex. He's easily over 112 years old, definitely a little bit more dour. You know him as the more sullen one. He handles the more like intricate contracts and like strenuous activity of the company, like the legwork. Equal partner with Gardex. So he goes, "All right, who's ready to build some gingerbread houses?"
This is the challenge. Yes.
All right. Everyone, come in, please. As people start filing into the room,
That door placement.
Gardex takes off his beard net, makes his way.
Ah.
Where do I want to sit?
That's up to you. There is enough chairs for everybody.
I don't want to sit next to Gyarados.
Who wants to sit next to the boss?
I'll sit next to the boss. I don't understand social cues.
Bitsy just doesn't like him that much, I don't think.
Fair. Valid.
The one adventure you've not seen in a while, you notice a dyed blue feather raven folk named Moda. He's a sorcerer like some casters, an arcane. Definitely wants to be the next Gardex. He is being, and you see him come north from the library from beyond. As everyone sits down, Grim kind of composes himself. All right, different rules to last year. It's not just about height this year. We're looking for
Girth.
number of rooms within the house.
Ooh. Turrets.
Make your gingerbread house Make it proud for the Garrix and Grim Adventuring Company. This year's prize, same as last. Hat made out of gingerbread.
I want this hat.
So are we doing this in like individually, in pairs, in groups?
This is individual work. Any magic or trickery is allowed. Use your full utility.
I cast Fireball.
And that's where the one shot ends, guys. Everyone.
Oh,
It's only a murder
that's so
mystery
good.
because there's arson burns all the evidence.
It's not a murder. It's not a mystery. I don't actually have Fireball. Sorry.
So people, there's just this large tray of various like gingerbread pieces to build a house, and everyone gets like this large wooden board to base theirs on, and instantly you just see Grim takes out like almost like a, you know, as if you're plastering this long flat blade, and just starts laying icing down, and he's just playing everyone with it.
Yeah,
So-
this is going to be Silva's plan. She's paying attention what's going on. Like, we're needing cement, and some glue or something. And yes, we'll get large dollops of the icing, and like have a big bowl of it, and it's going to make a triangular sort of like a honeycomb structure, and yeah, loads and loads and loads of little triangles, and build for height, and loads of tiny cubicles inside.
All right, so give me
You're
a
building
sleight of
modern
hand
office.
check. Do you have any spells or anything you wish to use that could possibly give you advantage on this?
Maybe. I am going to conjure mock animals.
Uh-oh.
I'll put it up in chat in case no one's ever heard of it before. I hadn't.
And it's from Deep Magic, Kobold Press. They do really good books. Yeah.
What did they do?
I really enjoyed it as soon as I saw it. Yeah, I summon a bunch of face spirits that take the appearance of animals. I'm gonna make a little raven and a little let's say hedgehog to assist me in this. So they're basically each one is going to hold a bit in place while I put cement in.
All right, so
Oh.
roll me a sleight of hand then, with advantage.
Do I want to attack the mock animals and do 2d4 radiant damage to people? Yes.
You hear telepathically to you, don't you dare, I'm watching you. Sleight of hand check. Straight 20.
All right.
Nice.
So, as everyone starts building up a storm, you see people going around various techniques. You're doing very well. For the amount of rooms you get as you're building up, roll me 2d12 and take the higher.
10.
10. So you get like 10 little cubicles as you're building up. It's going very well, unless someone wants to sabotage it. Next, we'll leave NPCs as they're all doing various methods. Gildas is just like eating the gingerbread. He's like, much room in my stomach. Bitsy, how are you going to approach your gingerbread construction efforts? Or as we go around, would this round? So we're going to take this. We'll do 3 rounds total. Would you like to sabotage or build this round?
I'll build. Let's play nice for now. Sabotage in the
All
last round.
What is your approach? As you...
She wants to go kind of elaborate as well as, you know, actually doing the challenge. So she's trying to make like a spiral and just partition the spiral into rooms.
Okay. Do you have any ability or spell or the like that you would like, or any way you want me to give you advantage? How would you?
Rustic hospitality won't help. I mean, keen mind, like, if I saw a snail within the last month, I would know exactly what that snail looked like, and I could base the design off that snail shell. Other than that,
No, that's a really loose way to try and get yourself advantage. I'll allow it.
Hell yeah. So sleight of hand at advantage.
Sleight of hand at advantage.
Kapow. Oh,
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
So roll me. You got a 25. Give me 3d12. Take the highest for your first set of rooms.
11. Haha.
11. Just a little bit. So you look over.
This is a tiny room. What are you doing? You couldn't live in this room. This is a house for ants.
Might be making the house for ants. You don't know. They like all the sugar.
So
This is true.
as people are building around, this is a dining hall. Very rare. Like when all you stay here, this is never used for like common food. This is saved for special occasions. The table itself is made from a table and chairs are made from cold iron wood that's originally used to kill fays, but this has been custom made for Garrix and Grim as a present from some various companies. You could kill a fay with it, or you could make gingerbread on it. Karen, how are you approaching the construction of your gingerbread house?
I'm going like very slow and laborious and just trying to make it like arguably spending way too much time on the details on the bottom floor, and then using Mage Hand as well to help support structures while I'm making it.
Alright.
I'm going for elaborate design and over anything else.
All right. Do you have any ability, or you have inspiration from the ginger people? Me. Do you want to use your inspiration, or do you have an ability that you want to use?
Well,
to
I
give
just
yourself
use
advantage?
Mage Hand to help, and then
All right, I'll allow that. I'll allow
yeah, just to like help hold walls while the icing is setting. And then like if I need something else, it'll like go and grab some more like sprinkles and like put it over.
What does your mage hand look like? Is it wearing a surgical glove?
No. What would her Mage Hand look like?
Does
What is
have,
one of
like,
those white
acrylics?
gloves they use for like handling, artifacts
It's
and
to
shit?
check dust.
Yeah.
It's a Mickey Mouse glove.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So
That'd be really
roll sleight of
creepy.
hand at advantage.
Yeah. Sleight of hand. Woofed. 4.
Roll me
Advantage.
1d4.
1.
It's looking beautiful.
One
The
big
outside.
room.
There's no rooms inside
Yeah.
it yet.
I kind of
It's
forgot
not
the
good
brief.
enough.
You're
There's
just
a lot
like,
of scroll work.
The
on the
outside, like the icing, you're like calligraphy outside, like almost like a little story around it. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
you've got like molding in the
There's 2 more rounds.
masonry.
Vivian, the
Right,
decorations.
well,
you can focus.
Yes, and also one crisis was averted, so she's just a little calmer, and she will go back to her history of experience in different places. Like she knows how rooms are structured. She has experience with decorating places, like real actual places. So I will try to use a history skill, if that is okay, to kind of imagine with the help of my floating planner called MacBook, its name is Mac, to kind of construct a scheme and then utilize it
All right.
to
So you're trying to roll for architecture.
So you're trying to use history instead of sleight of hand.
yes.
All right. And do you have any spell or anything you'd like to use to try and give
Yes,
yourself
I
advantage?
will use my telekinetic feat to like push from the inside if there are places to like.
Okay, yeah. So roll me. I'll let you make this with history advantage because that's a good way of wording it.
Nice. 21.
Chef
21.
Byers, thank you so much for the raid.
Well,
Oh.
Hey!
What have you guys been up to? We're building gingerbread houses in a competitive manner.
In a manner.
In a manner.
That may or may not be competitive.
Look, there's definitely competition. So roll me 2d12, take the higher then, please, Vivian. All right, 7 rooms. So you're
Oof,
doing well.
7.
7 rooms. You look around, there's the blood hunter is just like cracking stuff, like trying to like, it's not going well. Gildas is, yeah, nah. But you see Magnus and Voran are kind of like eyeing each other up, and they're like, those of you who were here last year know it was a very close neck and neck race last year, but Voran briefly beat out Magnus last year in the Gingerbread Competition and has held that over him since. As we get to the second round, I'm going to go around the same order. Silver, would you like to build or sabotage?
No, I don't think Silver would sabotage. I think Silver would like to continue building. Silver has appreciates fair play, even if she doesn't expect it. Would continue building, would now be sort of working on, would be, has basically, it's exactly the same design, but rotated by about 90 degrees. So they're crisscrossing, so it's really structurally sound as she's approaching this from a very logical, mathematic point of view, and taking inspiration from nature.
Okay, so if you want to roll nature,
she's attempting to rebuild a beehive.
Okay, I like it. And do you have any spell or ability that could give you advantage on this? Or is that spell still up? Is that concentration? They last for quite a while.
10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes. I'll give you advantage, and you can do it based on nature.
I actually don't think my nature is better. Come to think of it, no, it's actually worse than sleight of hand.
I was going to say, I assume by the description you're dumb.
Yeah, and that's why they're choosing
not
to use
particularly.
nature.
I'm sticking with it though. I'm going to roll nature to try and utilize the shape of something from nature. So there we go.
All right.
Straight 2.
12.
Got a 15 though if it's with advantage.
It is with
1d12.
advantage, so you'll get 1d12.
Okay. I get another 8 rooms.
So you are on a total of 18 so far.
18.
Very impressive.
And my raven, the raven that I summoned, the hedgehog, the little, both of them are silver colored. The hedgehog is still helping me with construction, but the raven is now flying like defensive circles around it. Outside of the radius of the destructive blast zone if someone destroyed said raven.
Does it appear from my position that anyone along the table is intending to sabotage myself?
Roll me an insight check.
Yes, indeed. Don't know why I did an advantage, but I can't roll any lower than a 7, I don't believe. What is it? If it a seat, 7 or lower as an 8, so it's 8 plus 3 plus 6 is maths. 11, 18?
It's 8 plus 9, is it? Or 7 plus 9?
8 plus 9.
So 17.
17.
Like I said, 17.
So you don't actually spot anything yourself, but you look around, you can look behind your chairs and everything, and you see from Vorn is building with one hand and his left arm is down on the ground, like kind of just hanging gently, and you see there's a creeping vine coming out of his sleeve, curling up the back of Magnus's chair.
So
it's not for you. He's planning to sabotage Magnus.
Yeah. Do I sabotage him while he's distracted? Because those two are the ones that were
the winners last year.
Yeah. Could I just, if there's like a shard of gingerbread or something on my, like a decently stale piece of gingerbread that I can just yeet, make it look like I'm trying to like build another piece, and then it crumbles and I just yeet the bit of fragment at Lauren's construction.
Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check first against his passive perception as a keen druid.
26.
Not a problem. Roll me let's make it an improvised ranged weapon attack.
Okay, so that's what, dagger minus proficiency?
Well, that'd be finesse. Dex plus, are you proficient with improvised weapons?
No, I'm not, so just minus my proficiency.
Not minus, just straight dex roll.
Dex roll, dex check. Ka-chow. 19.
All right, roll me 1d4, please.
Oh.
It just like pierces through the bottom, and he looks over at where it came from.
I am so sorry, my hand slipped.
Make a deception check.
Yes, indeed. Deception. Oh god. Why did I dump charisma? Oh!
Oh, doesn't even matter.
That's a good freeze frame. I like that freeze frame.
That's excellent.
He
We'll see
won
if that
D&D on the
matters.
left.
So choosing to sabotage this turn. That is Bits's turn. Next up, let's go to Karen.
I'll just
Sabotage or build?
I'm gonna build. But can I just take a look around and see how everyone's doing in comparison? Not to me, because mine's the most
Make
beautiful.
a perception
obviously.
check.
Apologies.
Right.
Perception 8. Yeah, 8.
8. So you look around. You get the feeling nobody wants to mess with Gyaradex at this party. So he's kind of taking it slow. He doesn't necessarily want to win, but he's just like telekinesis, just like summoning shit over, just like stacking it beautifully. Graham, on the other hand, is like eye contact, like putting stuff down, but just eye contact with Gyaradex. Like it's a personal competition. They don't care who wins, but they care who does better.
Right. Classic. We have had mediation meetings about this and they still don't learn. Take a breath. And I'm just gonna build like a second story with like a really like elaborate turrets on the side, and I'm just gonna use prestidigitation to make snow gently fall over the whole thing.
Okay.
Amazing.
So, what skill are you trying to use? Are you still trying to use sleight of hand, or would you like to try and use a different skill? And how would you do that?
Great question. Just performance. If I could just make it like a lavish scene. Like it's not really about, it's just pretty and there's snow and there's like little gusts that go through the little edges of the building.
All right, give me
Immersive.
at advantage.
19.
All right, you kind of hit your stride a little bit more. You're like, okay, I can do this performance. It's looking right. Everything's going how it's meant to do. So roll me a d12, and you can add that to your amount of rooms. Sorry, 19. You said 19? 2d12. Yeah. And take the higher.
3. 3 12.
Oh, buddy.
This looks good.
It looks probably one of the most impressive with all the scenery, but
yeah. It's just
rooms.
There's nothing inside.
You build 3 rooms, get distracted by a tree.
There's like I made little characters of all of us, and I've like spent a long time doing like facial details of all of us. But there's no rooms.
That is going to be Vivian.
Right. So this turn, Vivian would want to use her mending cantrip and pair it with investigating for any weaknesses in the structure. And if she does find any weakness, she will mend it and keep it nice and steady.
So you're not focused on height this turn. You're just trying to add a little more places. Roll me Arcana this time if you'd like.
Oh, I thought that's investigation, but okay.
All right, investigation if you'd rather.
No, Arcana is the same. I'm gonna take it.
Well, if it's the same, it does not matter.
27.
All right, roll me 3d12 and take the highest as you kind of find these little areas and you fix different parts.
All once.
9.
9 more. So you look around. Gildas is kind of just tapped out. He's like, "This is good." Magnus does not notice as the grasping vine, in the twist of the ear, pulls her out the base level of his thing, and he just up from his chair and dives at Vorns, like just nothing, just body, taking out the ever so lovely Lycan as she just goes, "I was trying to do something," as just the three of them just like a scuffle on the ground as there's just no gingerbread left, as everyone's just like, "Ooh, awkward."
So I wasted my turn.
They will not be winning this year, but they do take it very competitive. Bolu's kind of just like sitting in the corner, doing very well, just building stuff up. Next round, Silver. Last round. Build or sabotage.
Where is Silver at, like, in terms of other people?
So you look to be arguably one of the best right now.
Right.
You look to be almost, although Grim is not trying his hardest, he's probably neck and neck with you.
Right. Silver is going to make a big show of sort of sitting back, resting on her laurels, admiring and doing like decorations. Like she's going to say, Karen, this is beautiful. I love what you're doing with the very pretty. I think I should do as well. And gets her hedgehog to sort of do hedgehog paw prints around the edge, like like snowflake style. It looks a little bit like that. And she has a little trick up her sleeve for the last 5 seconds of the competition.
Karen just turns over to Silver and goes, "Oh, that's so beautiful," and like extends the snow across.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so you're holding your build or sabotage for the
holding
end.
my action. Yeah.
As we go around, you see the sorcerer Molu doing like one kind of like last thump as everything kind of starts to cast levitate to let the thing just like spiral and float. Just boom, boom. It's done. Garadex kind of sits back. He's just built his to an entirety. It's a mock-up of the actual house, and he knows it probably has the amount of rooms that the house has, but doesn't care. He's just looking at Grim because he's like, Bitsy, what are you doing? Building or sabotaging?
I'm gonna build. May as well do something respectable since my last turn was a complete and utter waste. Not salty.
You stepped in between the rivalry of two good comrades. What did you expect to happen?
Fun. It did happen.
It was that.
I'm going to, just I'll continue like the snail shell sort of spiral, but try and like as the shell extends up, try and sort of make it more snake-like. Just to have it be like organic and flowy and just snail shell transforming into a snake.
And do you have anything that you'd like to try and do to give yourself advantage?
I'm a rogue. That's all I got.
Come on, buddy, you gotta give me something more than a class name.
No, like in terms of I don't really have much I can do.
Right, roll me sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Except being crazy good at sleight of hand as it is.
Yes.
I'll probably be the only one with good proficiency.
I've got a bit of string from my burglar's pack, and I'll use that to just imprint like cross-hatching and stuff like that into it. But
All right.
just sleight of hand. Bah. 20.
Roll me 2d12. Take the higher.
10. It's 21 for me.
21 total.
21, I think. Yeah.
Karen, are you building or sabotaging on the last round?
Do I know that like the rivalry that came from last year was problematic?
It was not like problematic. They don't hate each other, but they take this more serious than they should, and there probably is like the smallest bit of bad blood, but neither of them can win this year. But there's currently like this just kind of like dust cloud cartoon style arms and legs as punches are being thrown by the Lycan, who got knocked out of the tournament by none of her own stuff. Senthra is her name. She is heavily armored and heavily unhappy right now, and Athmar as well, and she is just neither Vorn nor Magnus are very strengthy people. And she just has nerds in headlocks.
Nice.
We know that feel.
Where are they standing near someone else?
They are near Grim and Bitsy's that would be possible line of destruction if so needed.
Get stabby.
Well, if one of the weaker two were near Grim, can I try and telepathically shove them onto Grim's?
All right.
Pass.
Go for it. Use your Does that use a strength modifier of your telepathy?
They have to make a DC 16 strength save.
Okay, so the druid, phenomenal.
Great to turn
What's
into
the
a bear.
Pardon?
What's the save?
16.
With a 7. Vorn and they just topple over the top of the cold iron table over Grimm's as he just very quickly, like 3 minutes, and all of them are just stunned in place, and he just looks at his crumbled thing, just flicks the tray over to the side.
Just the audacity.
Yeah, level 20 monk, not happy. But Gyaradex is just like, you just see it floating through the air, levitating, like completely like ostentatiously. Gyaradex isn't even building at this stage, just a small bag of gold is floating towards you, Karen. And he's just
Yeah, that's
All right.
me.
Vivian, build or sabotage?
Build. Vivian respects the work of decorators too much to sabotage anyone's.
So does Mitzi.
Yeah, sure. So she will employ the help of her tiny servant, MacBook, to use the little silvered and colored fucking cones.
Pine cones?
Yeah, pine cones, thank you. To decorate the outside with like imprints of beautiful like mosaic kind of thing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What skill are you trying to use for this?
I'm trying to use nature because it's a pine cone
I'll allow it.
theme.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have
natural
advantage
pen.
because of my tiny servant. Yep.
Yep, I'll allow it. That's an ability. I will allow that.
Oh my god, what is this?
Rough.
2 natural ones.
Roll me a d4.
Oh, honey.
A D4. Oh no.
Oh,
One.
You're just using
Yeah.
it like the branch end.
Kind of just like stick. It's you're not getting anywhere. You get one extra room, but it's like you're focusing on the outside.
Yeah.
Held action for last, as you see, kind of sneaking away throughout this entire time. There's been Lavenna, the satyr. She's been kind of getting bits done. It's not looking nearly as impressive as anyone else's, but she's proud of it. What are you holding, Sylvia?
enlarge, reduce.
Oh no.
On
who?
your gingerbread house?
On my gingerbread house, I'm going to make it one size class larger in every dimension.
Where am I sitting?
I'll allow it. As it just suddenly.
No, I'm not that close. That's good.
So, how many rooms total does everybody have? I believe I only need to know the answer from Bitsy and Sylvia because they are the
It's
two
18.
best.
21.
21. I will, with the expansion, I'd say you can roll 21 and 18. Let's allow this to almost beat it. Roll me a d6. Let's see if the enlarge was
Right.
able to do it.
Need money.
Nice.
The Bitsy, you see at the end is placing like bits, just leaves things down. The enlarge just and suddenly at the end.
Just like a deck of cards just collapsing. Bitsy's just like, no, that's fine.
There is gingerbread and icing everywhere. Vorn has a black eye. Magnus is laughing. They're still stunned. As things come to a calm, Gyarados raises a hand and with a sweep, the mess disappears. Well, there's clearly one winner as he opens a small chest underneath that looks to be an extra dimensional space and pulls out a large top hat made of gingerbread and places it atop Silver's head.
I did a best use of second level spell ever.
You deserve it. It looks very good on you.
Thank you.
Bitsy just like holds up a champagne flute, like toasting your success, just like, well done, little shit.
There's just
the raven and the hedgehog take a little bow and then disappear without exploding.
Damn.
I was gonna send it over and explode it on you, but I thought, yeah, well, that's not fair.
so as people lament their losses, taken back into their seats, Gardax kind of. Well, before we get to the main festivities, we'll explain all the rules and we'll eat. So, before you all got here, you were assigned what you would be doing. We have the detectives picked. We have the murderer picked. After dinner, we'll ask, because it's only fair. No prior cognition to see the murder happen. You must come in and figure out how happened and who did it. You must find the murder weapon, wherever it is remaining. You must find out how the murderer did it. Simple magic such as a revivify in this situation wouldn't work because there is items in this house, artifacts from our former travels, that in theory could have bound a soul. You need to find which artifact bound the soul.
Oh.
But we eat first. As another wave of his hand, a bunch of unseen serpents, because that's what I missaid the first time. These invisible snakes come through with platters on them and set the table with various large fowl and fish and plenty of food. Enough for a Christmas dinner that would make you feel like you wanted to pop. People enjoy their meal. Gardax kind of sits back and goes, all right. Detectives and their familiars and any eyes they may have outside. Front door.
Goodbye.
Can I try and not obey that? In that.
How would you like to do that?
Can Charlie stay inside while invisible?
You in theory could try. Roll me a history check.
Okay.
A history check.
Not great. I used all my good rolls on not making gingerbread. History is 5.
All right. 5 isn't easy enough DC for this because it's a very, very simple thing. You've been working for Gardax for quite some time. You would understand Gardax in his younger years of adventuring with Grimm and the former Goliaths. Was gifted by host of the Saint Breast a pair of spectacles that grant him true sight. So that would not work very well.
The thought crosses her mind as she sulkily walks out with Charlie that you guys can't see at the moment.
So I will ask the detectives
Silver will
to step
take
outside, please.
Silver will take a one final portion of pud and some gravy, some custard rather, and carry it out with her.
Like in a palm of your hand or on a plate?
In a bowl. She's not an animal.
Well, sometimes.
Checking.
Maybe if not for the custard, but
Betsy will just float out daintily.
Yes, Vivian will also leave and also cover her eyes just in case because she wants to be very diligent about this.
do we have to leave the house or just the room?
Yeah, you got to step outside while the murderer gets a chance to set up.
As
we
we're
wait
walking,
outside. Oh,
yeah, as we're walking out, Silver, you didn't even know what gingerbread is, and now you're wearing it. Oh, just amazing! That is just ultimate improvement, and I think that should go in your review.
Oh,
We're
thank you.
getting reviewed. Oh, dang.
Look, it happens every year, Bitsy. We talk about this.
Do we? I normally fall asleep during my review.
You do. It's a problem.
That goes on your review.
I am a problem.
First step's admitting it.
well, speaking of reviews, I would really appreciate if you all would just yelp as hard as you can that the decoration and organization of this place was splendid. 10 out of 10. Would recommend to friends.
I particularly enjoyed the wreath over the fireplace. That was very pretty.
Yes, it was. Until it was destroyed. Oh well.
I didn't destroy it. I made a slight alteration to it to help you.
Right, but then it caught on fire.
Hey, we don't
want
talk
to...
about that.
Yes, I don't want to blame anyone because my therapist says it's bad for my health. By the way, speaking of health, is this going to be a real murder or just like pretend murder?
Kinda hope so.
You hope
So-
which one?
You'll find out.
Karen, I have a question regarding the rules. We are
Mhm.
not allowed to look into the past to know who killed the person, yes?
Yes.
Are we allowed to look into the future to find out whether or not we solved the mystery? And if so, perhaps
can answer
what
that.
is
No,
the
you don't.
answer?
Yeah, I would say that from the rule book, which we definitely haven't had typed up, and it's a little bit frustrating because I said that I would do it. You didn't let me look
What's
at
typing?
it. Pulls out a little mini illusory typewriter. Churns it out. How else do you think I get through all of my notes? Yes, but I would say looking into any time would probably not be quite in the spirit of the evening.
Very
What about the present? Present is a time.
I think we also should not look at the present as well, just to be completely thorough.
Do the whole thing
believe with the
blindfolded.
solstice.
That would be the ultimate team bonding exercise, and I am here for it. She like starts pulling at the sash.
I'm not here anymore. Can I
We
roll to
don't-
hide?
Yeah, we're not doing trustfuls, do we?
Do you want to do trustfuls, Vivian? Like, oh,
I
okay.
instinctually use Featherfall every time. I'm so sorry.
Every time, like even right at the initiation. Oh
Yeah.
man. Okay.
As
We'll
you're
work on
outside, there's a little bit of quiet as for most of you, it becomes completely impossible to see for a split second. Although I believe, Karen, you can see there's some form of magical darkness was created in a moment. You can only see the door because you can see through magical darkness with your various powers. And the lights eventually flicker back on. And someone gives a shout. First murder's happened.
The first murder.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I have one question. While we were waiting and this darkness appeared and everything went horrible and bad, my tiny servant has blind sight in 60 feet. Did anything happen in that 60 feet of us?
60 feet of you.
Mm-hmm.
Can blind sight go through walls?
Well, it's blind sight. So walls do not obscure the vision.
Let's check out the exact wording on blind sight. That's a very good question.
It's not tremor sense.
No, it's not tremor sense. No.
This is the first time I use this, so I don't know.
Maybe it is tremor sense and they just really, really
No,
badly
blind sight does
misspelled
not
it.
grant the ability to see through solid objects.
Then how does it work? I just don't
Basically,
know.
it uses other senses like hearing and smell and such to perceive stuff around
I
it, but
see.
things pass.
Gotcha.
But no, you do not
It's
pick them.
Daredevil vision.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. As you go inside, there is
except he can see through walls. He's got tremor
both-
sense.
Yeah, he can.
Shit.
He does. Magnus is sitting in here with Lavenna. Well, she kind of shrugs.
Do
Detectives?
they
No.
look shifty?
Roll me an insight check.
I will. with
Let's
my
feel like
zero
just pulling your dagger and
insight.
be like, did you do it?
Oh
Hey,
my
oh the gods, what
god!
happened here? Wow, that's amazing.
Everybody's shifty,
What?
Vivian. You
Okay,
can't trust
Vivian
anyone.
is
it?
just too
Could a
exhausted.
detective have done it?
Vivian
Yeah,
can't
maybe I
trust
did it.
anybody.
Maybe you did it.
Did I do it? Oh no.
Vivian, what did you do?
Probably find the body.
Is there a
Go up
body?
to-
Well, he's pretending to be dead.
Oh,
I'm gonna go up to the satyr and just stare at them, just like real, like long, hard stare. Do they
So
break?
you do the, she kind of
Oh, just give her a little peck. Just
Not the time for this.
she doesn't understand what you're trying to do, but she's here for it. She's a little bit drunk. Company parties, you gotta have your own fun. Sylvia
to the
and
next room.
Karen, you see Garrett X is laying on the couch, like kind of long ways. I'm dead.
Oh my goodness, he's dead.
Oh no.
okay.
Oh,
Is there any blood around?
Yes.
There's wine.
Oh, spilled?
Oh no.
It's meant to look like blood.
Oh,
It's like wine, just red
appreciate it.
wines.
It's still warm.
He's not
Vivian
actually dead.
Prestidigitation's your first evidence. Congratulations.
Yes. No, thank you. I understand murder, but soiling these beautiful carpets, which were important a few days ago, no, thank you.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, it could
can
have been
I
a slipping
befo-
hazard.
Before she does this, like as she's doing it, can I check for a pattern or maybe
All right.
footprints?
Or
So
counter spell.
give me perception at disadvantage for the
Counterspell.
limited time you have with it.
Very well.
Counterspell on a cantrip is a great use of your spell slot.
Yes.
Except that none of us have third level spells.
I got daggers.
Level 5.
We do.
Do we?
You
Yeah.
made your
Fifth
character level
level.
5, didn't you?
Oh no, did you
Yeah.
make first level?
For some reason, I don't have fifth level spells. Oh no, I do. I've only got one. That's right. Okay.
We
Yeah,
all
I'm
play
just a
D&D
level lower
regularly
than
here.
everybody. Yeah, I'm very good at things. Perception with disadvantage, you say?
Perception disadvantage, yes.
A 12.
Okay, 12. Would have been good, but unfortunately,
Yeah, it would have been
Um,
nice.
you look at its mold is very nice. You can, very tasty. Oh fuck! Where's the pattern gun?
This was evidence. We could have
No.
found out who murdered our good friend.
It was a
Question: Is
spot.
everybody in character, or this is we are thinking our fellow adventurers are doing this?
Well, Gardax is kind of pretending to be dead. In theory, anyone here could have a motive to want me dead. So
Yep.
think of motive. All of you would, in theory, profit off of my death. Inheritance, I leave you all. I'm leaving you all something.
Oh,
You are?
I'm
Do
getting
we do we compile the motives with the things that happened during the gingerbread competition? Because I saw a lot of animosity.
What are you talking about? What does it mean?
Motive is motive, I suppose. Find the murder
Oh,
weapon.
yes.
Find my soul. Tell me how it was done.
Speaking of souls, can I try and think of what the arcane implication is? What kind of objects would store that?
Yeah, roll me an Arcana or Religion check.
Way to go if it's a Christmas stocking.
22.
22. So it's quite common practice in some like demonology cults that there's stones that literally trap souls, bloodstones, that can be used from levels of hell. There's also various different cursed artifacts that when someone activates can in theory trap a soul. It could be an unassuming trinket, it could be something as simple as, you know, a mirror, a cigar box. It could be anything that could trap a soul if the object was cursed in the right way. And all of you would know from Garrix and Grimm's travels, they've acquired many items in the past that have been used to bind souls. And the murderer could have used any of these now. Dispelled artifacts to trap a soul, in theory.
So I would not, like, by looking at an object, understand if that is a possible vessel.
You would understand if you had enough time to pore over an object if it was
Mhm.
formerly used to trap a soul.
Gotcha.
I'll walk up to Garrett X and just sorry Gary, and just have a look and investigate and see if I can see, you know, any evidence on the body itself in terms of wound, like anything that they've mocked up to try and just have an investigate around the body, see if there's anything out of the ordinary there.
As you're investigating, the bosses here have drank already and they've been tipsy. So he starts explaining more rules as it goes along. By the way, when you find the killer, combat will happen. Just blunt weapons only, blunt force, non-lethal damage.
Oh, damn.
Don't destroy anything. Do you want me to move? You look up. There appears to be some form of. Roll me an investigation check.
I would give my MacBook to lend a hand, just to
All right, so
help.
advantage.
I think I can. That's just a bonus action. Okay, cool. So I've investigation at advantage.
Please.
I like how I automatically click disadvantage, just assuming 23.
23. You look at where Gardax is sitting. There is a small puncture through the back of the chair, and you see in Gardax's back, there's basically the poked in the back where there was meant to be the entry wound, where Gardax had proceeded to spill wine on the exit wound to make it look believable. And there's wine down the back of the chair.
Small, thin, like needle-like sort of puncture?
Yeah, puncture.
Is it like as wide as a needle or a rapier?
Roll me another investigation check to investigate the actual puncture.
All right.
Yeah, I'll aid you.
Investigation.
I admire the commitment. You've ruined a
28,
perfectly good piece of furniture here.
Fix it afterwards.
I can cast mending if we want.
Oh,
No,
that's right. Magic.
no. Do not do that yet.
So with the 28, not a full rapier size. You do know existence of some weapons in the setting of Quentos, what we play in. The hollow point rapier is literally a needle-like thing that is used to administer poison. So it's either a needle or a hollow point rapier. It is definitely one of the two.
Oh, but a
Yes.
needle would not be long enough to penetrate the couch and his.
I don't know how
Hypodermic,
big the
mate.
needle is.
Do we know any one of these people who use one of those weapons?
You can ask and find out.
Oh, we haven't traveled with them?
You've traveled with some of them. You would roll me history check to see if you're how much you recall of your travels and what.
Can
weapons
I
you
as
used.
well?
Yeah, sure.
Glad I don't have a hollow point rapier.
It doesn't matter if you have one; it just matters if you can use one.
Yeah.
So, in theory, the people in this house that could use a hollow point rapier, that would be proficient with the weapon, would be Senthra, Lavenna, Magnus, and Vorn. Gildas has never used anything other than great weapons. Grim uses exclusively fists. Not that, sorry, Grim would also be proficient, but does not use weapons like that.
Right.
Magnus is the body, though.
Gardax is the body.
The big boss is the body.
Yeah.
And Magnus is just sitting in this room as well? Is he on the floor?
Magnus was out in the foyer with you, Karen.
Yeah, with Lavenna.
Ah. Yes.
Also, Gardax is clear. I've asked everyone to freeze from the moment when the attack happened, so no one has moved from their position.
Apart from the murderer?
Oh.
Thanks.
So
You're
as soon as the
helpful.
attack happened, we see where everyone is.
Yes, so people are at their
I
positions where they
see.
are, where they were, and who they're with. When
Where is Senthra?
Senthra
I
is
know,
in
yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
probably see her
and
from where
this
you
is a beautiful line.
Yep.
Um,
True that.
with my natural 28 investigation, do I understand that the needle was like straight or at an angle?
were right through.
Straight through. Uh-huh. I'll go check her out.
Anyone back there?
There's
In the
no
dining
one
room?
in the dining room.
Right,
The
I was-
angle
So
of this attack.
you kind of stand. Senthra's kind of like still frozen, doesn't know if she's meant to move yet.
Hello. Hi. Did you kill anyone
Hello,
today?
Vicky. Well, I tried to kill a few idiots that knocked over my gingerbread, but I didn't kill Gardax.
Inside check.
Yeah, it's like us.
Inside joke. Oh.
18.
I believe you.
Even you believe. Bitsy, I assume you're actually up there if that's happening.
Yeah. Sorry, I would have followed the path of them.
So she seems like a little shaken, but she doesn't seem to be like super sinister in her words.
What does she have on her?
Well,
Put it down.
people here are they're not dressed in their full armored equipment. They're in their Christmas wear. No one's carrying any direct weapons.
And usually she's a whom?
Normally she's in full
class-wise?
plate armor with a greatsword. She in theory is proficient with all weapons though.
Uh-huh. And she is not known to use magic.
She's not known to use magic now.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I
another
would like
factor to
to-
figure out. Somehow there was magical darkness.
There is this. Oh, this is part of the killing. I would like to examine the wall and basically track back from the couch to anywhere that could be concealing a remote controlled weapon of some sort.
Okay.
See
Roll me
hollow
an
point.
So what?
Roll me an investigation check.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I built my character very well for this.
Oh, nice
Pretty.
though.
So you kind of go around feeling at the door or anything for any form of hidden notches that could be anywhere, and there doesn't appear to be anything in this part of the home.
Yeah, all right.
Aaron, let's give you a chance to do something.
While they're in the other room, can I just talk to Magnus?
Sure.
And just go up to him and go, just always chilling in the foyer, not really getting engaged in the activities, or like maybe you kind of murdered them, and you can always talk to me about it.
You have the detective, so sure I'll have to talk to you. No, I like it out here. I like the window. I like people watching outside. It's
You
kind of
like-
crowded in there.
It's crowded and there's too many people
many
who
bodies.
you would name. Mm-hmm. Who else was in there?
I don't know, because I was out here.
Then how do you know there's too many people in here?
Because I left that room because it was crowded.
Seems suspicious, Magnus.
Probably.
And why wouldn't
It's an
you
admission.
want to? We all know that you want to run the place. Why wouldn't you want to take him out?
Because the leadership would go to Grim in that case.
But what if you then kill Grim?
You saw what he did to me and Vornan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what you want us to think. I got you all figured out.
Are you sure you do? So how did I do it? Where's the murder weapon?
Exactly.
What?
Karen just walks off into the other room, just like head held high, and then just leaves Charlie there as well.
You had him on the ropes there, Karen. Good job.
I think I've got it all figured. It's obviously Magnus. He through magic and things, and just
With the
Karen's
lead
talking
pipe.
really, really loudly. And she's just like spurting nonsense. But she'll like flick her senses back into the foyer. And
So
see
you flick
if-
back in to listen to Magnus and
Yeah.
Lavena?
Lavanna. So your familiar is invisible, correct?
Currently, yes.
Magnus kind of looks. You see, as he looks, he goes, "Wait, the fuck?" Weird. So, do you reckon we're going to be here long? Or do we play White Elephant? Doesn't seem to give a fuck. His conversation quickly turns to presents.
Okay. All right. I'm back. Either Magnus did it and he's a really good liar, or not everyone is into the mandatory company fun as I am, which I don't really think that's, I mean, you know, everybody loves these things. So I think it's still Magnus. But what did you guys find out?
How highly caffeinated is Karen right now?
You see her and she's still like holding a mug and it's just like tipping a flask into it.
So she's tweaking. Sounds good.
While this is going on, can I ask Senthra some questions?
Sure.
All right.
With a lie
Senthra.
detector.
So I know you didn't do it. You seem very, very honest and nice, but you were quite close. Did you hear anything? Did you see any movement, any arguments?
We heard a little bit when the lights went out. Kind of sounds silly, a bit of a whoosh, kind of like wind movement, but
A whoosh.
I don't really know. Roll me a history check, boy.
Oh, okay. Gladly.
Whoosh.
History. A whoosh.
You're rolling a whoosh check.
15.
15. So you know a little bit about Senthra. Being a part of the guild here, you know that Senthra's contracts mostly revolve around the retrieval of various artifacts. So she is Drop Soul. She specializes in artifact recovery.
Oh, so she would know about the possible
She would know some
storage.
artifacts in the house that may have been
Right.
used. If you bring them to her, she may be able to help you with that.
All right. I will ask MacBook to float a little closer to her and say, could you please write down a few artifacts that you know of that we can inspect?
Sure. If you go into the library, there's maybe like 3 in there. Yeah, maybe 3. She writes down where they would be.
Mm-hmm.
She specifically writes down the charged gems, the soul furnace, and the dancer's plight, and where they are in the
Dancer's
library.
plight? What is that?
So you would recognize that name of it was something that was done recently by Senthra. It was a small mechanical ballerina that was once used to curse a scorned lover's home to place a castle under just at the cusp of the Yenril Mountains, to curse it to be bereft of any merriment or joy. Basically a curse that removes any form of happiness and
I solved it.
music, dancing, or anything.
The sharpened ballerina leg straight through the couch. Like, pow.
How big is this ballerina? God damn.
Like a little music box ballerina.
All right.
Unless it's an extendable leg.
Okay. And last question, Senthra. What were you doing here? Why are you in the kitchen all alone? Seems suspicious.
Getting more food.
You didn't have enough food.
I'm a big girl. Need a lot of food.
What did you eat? Can I see any crumbs on her? Any food in her hands?
You do see she has this Yule log that she's kind of ready to not even slice and just eat.
My type of woman. Okay, I'll leave her to it. Bon appetit.
Yeah, she just like hot dog.
Silver is going to sit actually next to the body, in between the body and our Loxodon friend, and observe the room and just sort of look around, make herself comfortable in between the two dudes, and notice first was the door from the hall, the entrance way to this room open when we came in?
It was.
And she's going to sort of sit down and sort of do a circle, have a look around the room, and say to the Loxodon, You tell me if you saw anything, right?
Yes.
Did you see anything?
No. It was dark.
What did you see right before it went dark? As I'm feeling the couch, just trying like feeling underneath the cushions or anything, feeling down the back, for the sides.
Finding a couple of copper.
Yeah, you find a bit of loose change. You find a little bit of lint. You find
Lost
a pen that's
biro.
pencil that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Gardex sees you. Oh, sorry, that's mine.
Wait. This is a clue.
Never give it.
Gardax is the dead guy, right?
Yeah.
Never give
He's
it
still
back.
sitting and drinking his drink. He just enjoys the fire.
Can I inside the corpse?
Yeah, you can inside the corpse.
Nice. We're the best detectives.
Anyone brings
Like, is
Quickly
he-
Dead?
Is he being suspicious? Like, did he kill himself? I don't know.
Ooh, Christmas suicide. Let's go.
That's happy.
12.
12.
Not overly suspicious, as suspicious as a corpse that talking is.
I like, given that you didn't think it was relevant, you wouldn't have tried to take it from me, and I give him back his pencil. While I ask the Loxodon, what happened right before?
Right before. What happened right before? What's happened? I heard a bit of a clanking. Metal hitting off metal.
I'm also going to insight this for like, he seems sus, and I don't know, not familiar enough with Des to be able to tell if it's Des acting or that it's just he's suspicious.
Des is a very suspicious person.
I've been told by my players I am difficult to read.
22.
In the most beautiful way possible, you don't think this barbarian has the magical means to create that darkness, or
Maybe he
or
had
him.
help.
Maybe he had help. You're right. Maybe anyone's in it as suspect. But you get that he's recalling information as best he can. It doesn't look like he's trying. It looks like he's recalling from memory rather than trying to manifest a thought.
Right.
I'm gonna
Thank
walk
you.
over.
You have been very helpful.
Wait, clanking before or after the whooshing?
Did you hear a
the
whooshing?
he said.
Oh, he
don't
only
remember.
heard clanking just before the darkness. Then there was darkness, and then he died in the darkness, yes?
Yes.
I'm wanting to get my timing right here. And the darkness, we are hearing the whooshing in the darkness, yes? I looked to Sintra.
Yes,
just-
Centra said whooshing
yes.
before the darkness or during.
During when the darkness happened, there was a whoosh. So timeline, if you're to not confuse you guys too much, there was darkness, whoosh, clank, death.
All right.
Darkness
We're
first,
getting
then
somewhere.
clank and whoosh.
Whoosh,
In the
then
dark.
clank.
No, whoosh, clank,
Clank.
murder.
Whoosh, clank.
The classic,
In the dark.
Clank death.
whoosh clank death combo.
Darkness, whoosh, clank, death. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
From where Bitsy is now, is there any visible like metal placards or plates or anything that look scuffed, anything like that? Like, I'm thinking ricochet, basically.
Yeah.
And was the door to the dining room closed or open?
No, all doors were open, bar the door to the library. That has been opened now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any metal plates, placards?
Can I
There's
help Bitsy look for anything clanky?
roll perception advantages, Bitsy. Or both of you individually, whichever you rather.
I've
you
got a
can
plus
have
the
it.
library.
I do not.
Cool.
Go for it.
19.
19. There is a few small like frames of paintings and stuff. This, like every room in this house, is basically a living memory of all the adventures Gareth and Graham went on. With added adventures that you all have been starting to go on yourself. It's a beautiful memorial, and an awful lot of it does have metal. There's various weapons on the walls of their fallen comrades, but there's not any like super large plates, but there's a lot of small bits of metal in theory you could have had a small clank off of. You don't know the depth or the loudness of the clank.
Anything that look like damaged, scratched, marred in any way?
roll me an investigation check as you go around the room. If someone would like to assist.
I
Yeah.
would.
I'm still wondering.
Because I am suspicious that the weapon was not still there.
Anyone? Yeah, returning.
Nothing appears to be damaged, bar the chair.
Rule out a ricochet, I think. Oh, that felt good to say. Ricochet.
Right. So I think as a spirit of Christmas is upon us, it's all about giving and collaborative effort. We can't decide that one person did it because they have magic, you know? Maybe like it was a joint effort of sorts.
I asked the corpse, is this the rules? There is one murderer, or we are looking perhaps for more?
There was one murderer to begin with, but perhaps they enlisted an ally. That's not against the rules.
Where's the library?
It is just
It's
north
beyond
of
the kitchen.
Beyond the kitchen. Oh, right there.
I only just found it too.
Nice.
As you
Yep.
go in, it's a beautiful place in its own right. The library is one of the crowning jewels of this manor. It holds a collection of old spell books in various languages from other wizards that Gyarados and Grimm faced in their years. The library has many books, also some penned by Gyarados and Grimm, such as on the Imperial Dragons and Demonology and the Inner Workings of the Infernal Realm. And the one written by Grimm is called
How to punch shit.
no, it's actually called Dragonleaf Trees and How to Care for Them, written by Grimm Ascendor.
Nice.
Nice.
And you guys
So,
should be able
who
to
do
see
we
from the
see?
kitchen outside. From the kitchen, you would have been able to see the Dragonleaf Tree, which I believe, yeah, you can see that from outside.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
that.
It was a gift to Gyarados and Grimm from an Imperial Dragon.
Oh,
Inside the library, you see Vorn and Molu. You also spot
Vorn
out
and
on the
who?
windowsill Molu, the Raven folk,
the blue man group.
the one who's died.
The
about his-
person who really wants to become the next
The
in
next
charge. Mm.
Would have the most obvious motive.
Also, with your MacBook, God, you name stuff, and I just want to
Yeah.
die. You see on the windowsill the set of the charged gems. You see the soul
Mhm.
furnace, but the ballerina is not visible from where you are. It is around this side.
Ooh. All right.
Very
Okay.
good, man.
Can I? So, consolidating these three magic vessels, right? Can I use detect magic as a ritual and just look through this room and these objects to see if any of them are magical?
You cast detect magic in this room slowly. It lights up like a Christmas tree because that's on brand. There's plenty of spell books and scrolls in here that Gyarados has claimed and curated over the years, so it's very different to
Mhm.
like
You
you
go
get
blind.
hundreds. Like it's like turning on the lights after going like being in the dark for a while. The dispelled items you know won't be technically magical because it's just in theory what the murderer would have used.
Uh-huh.
So
So they are
I
Some
not
of
we had
them
magical.
another-
may have been moved or altered because the murderer would have had to been able to grab it to at the murder being able to use it.
Tabletop Obscura, thank you so much for the raid. We are in the middle of a big charity stream. Any donations, and you go into the draw to win prizes, big prizes from a whole host of donors and gifters and supporters. Yes, Dungeon Fog, World Anvil, Wooten Forge, Meeples and Dragons, Hit Point Press. Loads of people have donated gifts and prizes and giveaways. Please drop us any gift, however large. We'll take the lot, all in aid of St Jude's Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
And
Also
if
tell us
we
what you're
reach
playing. We'd love to know.
$2,000, then
Yes.
we'll wear a
Josh
giant
gets in a
Santa
Christmas
suit.
outfit.
We'll put on. I have a full Santa suit. I am a professional Santa Claus, so I have an actual proper full Santa suit, and I will wear it for the final game that I am in with Kevin from Dirty 20 Gaming tomorrow morning for me. If we hit $2,000 before then, fuck.
We can do it, I believe.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
Christmas miracle.
Looking around the room, gather the three items. The charged gems were sitting plainly on a window ledge, a small set of 2 gems that originally held the parts of an Imperial Dragon's soul. The crowning adventure and the ultimate adventure of Garrett Exingrim, their last. They are now inert, but the curse on this object was originally to bind the Imperial Dragon's souls into 2 pieces that had to be brought back together, and it was upon completing it is what got the dragon leaf tree planted out in the courtyard as a gift from the Imperial Dragon.
Right. Silver has noticed that it is possible from the library to get a line on the victim. Is this accurate, or just looks like it is?
Nope, you are correct.
We are not thinking the person in the kitchen was guilty, but perhaps these two. Then Silver leaps into interrogation mode. You two, what were you doing when the place went dark?
Showing me some of the books on the dragon leaf tree. We needed, thought Grim saw sickness and I have to take over. Mola's like, that, talking about the business.
Seemed very suspicious.
I am
You
inciting
said that to
this.
everybody. I feel like you've said that to everybody.
You are
can we
all
incite
suspicious.
No, you can incite them.
We incite the hell out of these two. Ooh, they are so suspicious.
4? Everybody's suspicious.
Yeah, true.
13.
13. They speak from fact. They're speaking based on what, as if they're retracing steps. They were talking about it. You believe that they were talking about the dragon leaf tree, and you would know that it tracks that the dragon leaf tree did have a small fungus on the side of it, so there maybe have to be something that a druid would look into. So it's just getting an opinion.
Very well, very well. The door was
Interesting
closed to this room, yes?
Want to let moisture in. Books are sensitive.
No, I was just asking.
Through magic.
One thing I am curious about, people have mentioned a clanking noise. I was wondering if perhaps, what's the Raven folk's name again?
Molu.
Molio?
Molu. M-O-L-U.
Molu. Did you hear this sound? And I am aware of your exceptional mimicry of a raven folk. Could you replicate if you did hear this noise?
No, we did not hear any clanking up here, but we did hear it was dark. Something did open and close the door when it was dark, and we heard some form of rustling as he does a very perfect, as if something whisked off a shelf and papers were hit in process.
How long was the darkness, would you say?
The darkness you guys could have tracked with your vision outside, it was about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. There's a lot of time. In D&D universe, that's
5 actions, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
whereabouts was this noise?
Sounded like maybe from where the ballerina would normally be kept.
Which is where, sir?
Told you the ballerina did it. Yes.
You see the ballerina doll is still here, and it is being placed back, but with the knowledge of what you have, and from being in this library before, you know it is slightly askew.
Oh my god. Oh, the ballerina. Okay.
Is it metal?
There's a little bit of metal on it, yeah.
Would it, if it moved, clank?
You move it, it kind of like has, not a clank, but you could hear like almost a small rattling of gears, like small little bits, but not a clank.
This is not clanking.
Is her leg the width of the hole in the couch?
You really want
Far
this? You're
smaller.
I'm
chasing
so onto this.
this. Is there any part of it? I don't think this is the soul cage, not the murder weapon.
So when you pick it, do you pick it up? Because you mind picking it up, maybe?
Sure,
It's still
I
slightly
pick it
warm
up.
to the touch.
Oh my god.
How
So
warm?
like someone was holding it for a few seconds.
Okay.
You did not answer my question, damn it. Is it the wife of the fucking hoe?
I did answer. I just don't think you heard. No, it isn't. It's smaller.
I
leg would
ignore
not
the
be
answer
long.
that does not connect with what I want to happen. So
And
I
you
ask
ignored it.
again.
Selective hearing. Ask again. Maybe it'll happen.
Third time lucky. Molly, you said there was like a fluttering rustle of pages.
Small one. Neither of us have the ability to see when it is perpetually dark. So.
Can I have a look and see if there's
Rustling
any?
of pages is not unusual in a library.
It is when there's only two of us in here.
And there's like a huge darkness on which it makes it difficult to read.
I'm not saying that, but if perhaps we heard the wind, we heard a slight blowing, the door was opened, which allowed wind in, I could imagine that the rustling is just pages.
So
Does it-
I'm
does it look
gonna
right?
give timeline again, just so we don't do it in
Yeah.
character, just for easiness sake. It went darkness, clanking, pages, whoosh, death.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Last time it was whoosh, then clank, then death.
No,
sure?
it was,
Yeah, I
Clank
wrote
and
it
whoosh
down.
I thought it was clank whoosh death.
Oh, then maybe I'm just dumb. That's also a possibility.
1 second, I will recheck my notes.
Okay.
Good to make notes.
No, it was darkness, clank, whoosh. Sorry, clank. You're confusing me now. Darkness, clanking, rustling, whoosh, death.
And where's the opening and closing?
Russell.
So I'm gonna just dark, clank,
Yeah.
papers.
It's a code.
There you are.
And they said also there was like sound
crossing.
of something opening and closing.
The door opened and closed, so that would
the
have
door.
happened after the clank.
So clank might be grabbing the ballerina or something like that. I am so on the ballerina
No,
train,
so-
you guys.
The clank was before the door opened, so it would have gone. So the clanking happened. Something or someone went into the room, took the ballerina, did something.
Whoosh.
Death happened. Managed to get the
Mhm.
ballerina back.
Can I?
Door closed.
When did everyone freeze? When the lights come back on?
Yes.
Right. That was more just Josh, actually. I
No,
just
everyone in
forgot to put
theory,
Silver's-
everyone will tell you they froze when the lights went dark.
Right, but one of them is lying.
But one of them, or two, depending on your theories, is
Or
lying.
3 or 5.
Or 7.
It's all of them. They all did it. I cast Fireball.
Yeah, great.
Can I
time.
have a look around the ballerina and the shelves and just see if there's any books that, if someone with multiple languages could assist me with this, if there are any books that are to do with using the ballerina,
Yeah.
anything about trapping
Yeah.
souls,
Soul
anything that
trapping
looks
for dummies,
disturbed
yeah.
as well.
I
So
also wanted to look for like any loose pages or whatever. Like if all the books are in the shelf, there shouldn't be too much rustling, but like does anything look skew if?
Out of place, yeah.
So if you guys have a look around, give me an investigation check. 1 at advantage, if you so wish.
What's your investigation at?
It is +3.
+3? I've got +7.
I would like to assist you.
Sounds like a plan. I literally built myself for this. Nat 20, 27.
Nice.
So you look, things are like Garadex, along with Molu's help, keeps a strict like adherence to how things are organized. Next to the
Who doesn't?
ballerina, you see there's a small spell scroll case, opened and missing.
The scroll did it.
No, I don't think so. But Wizardy Woo, you want to come have a look at this scroll case?
Yeah,
That's my middle name, Wizardy Woo.
It is.
I always thought this odd.
Same, honestly.
Can we consolidate our arcane knowledge between Karen and Vivian to see what's up?
Yeah, and if there's
Okay,
any
using-
writing, I can read all of the writings.
So, if you work with Molu, you can get a list of spell scrolls that were held within. You would note this was an early draft of one of Gardex's own spells that he was designing from scratch. It was, in theory, meant to be a magical darkness that would spread over a 300-foot radius sphere.
Okay, who
Would that-
knew about this?
Anyone that's been in the library, anyone that would have base knowledge or have listened to Gardex's craft or knows of him. Gardex has been the author of many spells of his own past, so it's not completely knowledge unheld.
But it basically means that anyone could have done this because don't have to be a wizard now.
Yes, you don't
Yeah,
have
but they
to
do have to be able
magic.
to roll a high enough Arcana check to use the spell scroll.
So they can't be stupid. I'm ruling out the Lockstone.
I'm ruling out you.
Nice.
Hey, Karen, since you're, the Department of NPC or whatever it is,
Yeah. Notional
I don't
peoples and culture.
that one, I'm sure you have a list of every single person and their magical capabilities because, it's the type of thing you do. Would you be able to make a list of, or at least list off of the people who could do magic? Because I know I can't.
Well, I don't want to breach anyone's trust.
GDPR, sorry
Oh my
guys.
God.
It's something
Oh
that
my
I've taken
God.
quite a while to build, and I think you, Bitsy, personally wouldn't want anyone reading your file. So.
Since when did you start following Xerxes?
I don't know, but from my understanding, most of us would be able to use such a scroll.
So, I will tell you your knowledge. You do not have to pass this on to people.
Especially me.
Molu and Vorn are very capable high-level casters. Probably actually, Vorn being almost on par with Grim. He would probably be like a tier, like in D&D play, he's a tier 3 character. So he would definitely be able to do something of the like. Molu to a lesser extent. Gilly, the Loxodon, Gildas, definitely not. Grim, however, extremely talented monk and knowledgeable, has never taken a keen mind to Gardex's spells, but has been taught in emergency how to use the scrolls. The satyr Lavenna would be capable of such a craft. Magnus was originally trying to become an Eldritch Knight, but never managed to succeed in that training and went for the path of an Echo Knight instead. So he would have the knowledge of how to maybe start it. You're not sure if he would be fully capable. He's never shown a specific adaptation for spells, but it wouldn't be out of his wheelhouse. And Senthra was originally trying, before she got stricken down with lycanthropy, tried to be a paladin, so in theory could.
So, connecting that to the list of people who are capable of using a hollow rapier, which is Senthra, Lavenna, Magnus, and Warren, only Magnus is ruled out, kind of, sort of.
I don't know
So
about Magnus.
This would clear Molu, Gildas, Lavenna.
But Lavenna, you said she's capable.
Senthra's capable.
Ah,
You did say
Lavenna's
that
not
Lavenna
capable.
was, but
yeah, she was on the list. Only Magnus was.
So yeah, no, technically it only technically rules out Gildas and Molu, because in theory
Right.
even Grim could, as a monk, use a rapier.
So between Lavenna and Magnus, who would you say is less capable of this?
Magnus, in
Magnus,
theory,
probably?
he wouldn't be a caster, but he would be, seeing as the murder occurred with a. Magnus would have been far more capable to murder with a hollow point rapier than Lavenna. But Lavenna would be far more capable of successfully getting that scroll cast off than Magnus.
And Vorn is in the library.
Yes.
I have a quick question. What is this on the map? I can't understand what this is.
Those are candles. Those are lights to light the area.
Ah, that's just candles. Okay.
okay, I have a thought that we question Grim, because he'll have much more of a mind to timing to see how long into the darkness, because darkness was 30 seconds, how long into the darkness were the noises heard? Because
he was right there.
He was right there, so he would have heard the death. So,
Yes.
so we know how long the murderer had to get away.
And also, we know that he could not have used the scrolls. So if we think that there's only one murderer, we can count on his witness to be truthful.
Yes. So I
As we-
reckon, yeah.
If we go to him, can we on the way just show the ballerina statue to Senthra, just to like double check? Is this the thing? Is this the soul?
Yeah, you tell her. She goes, that would be capable, yes. And the soul furnace would have been as well.
Right, but it did not.
Yeah,
Can
it
I
would feel
like
check out the soul furnace just before we leave? Can I just make a quick investigation check on the other two things that are supposed to be able to do this?
You look at it, it's almost like a small compass style thing that, almost like pocket watch that kind of claps open, but it has like these small like pins that you put a gem inside. It was originally once an artifact of a great infernal lord of the frozen plains, the Lord of Ice. The awful item was used to compress new souls who were deemed not useful, compressed into bloodstones, and it was the mission upon where Marikal and Kolkani died. But Garrick Ingram survived, and it was them retrieving and taking this soul furnace away.
Right. And it, I got
However,
a 14.
it hasn't been moved.
Right.
It
Well,
does not look like it's been touched or moved.
the soul
check-
furnace appears to have not been disturbed.
Have we checked the marbles or the balls or whatever they were?
The gems, you also checked them, and they were not moved.
Cool. Right.
The ballerina is the suspicious one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to
Let
find
us
two
talk to Grim.
Right. One object is for souls, which we think is ballerina, and the weapon, which we think is a whole rapier, we don't know yet where it is.
No.
So Grim it is.
I can Newman.
Newman did. Mhm.
Oh, hey, Graham.
In there. Hi, how are you?
As
We
we
got-
just walk into this room, Karen's just gonna walk to the doorway again to the foyer and just like
On you, Magnus.
look at Magnus. And then in his mind, he'll just, I'm watching you. And then she'll just go back into the other room. And then while they're talking, she'll flip back into Charlie.
As all of you guys make your way back down there, could you just shout out your perceptions for me?
Yes.
18, I think.
16.
13.
Perception 10.
Thank you. You hear Magnus go, "What the hell's going with me? I swear to God, you take a mug once and she has a vendetta for you."
Have you let go of the mug yet?
No, not at all. The whole time.
I sit back down next to the Loxodon again and say, do you need anything? You've been trapped sitting here. We're sorry we are taking so long. Do you want a drink?
He kind of has his ball of chocolates that are crushed out.
Okay.
Which one is Magnus?
And Magnus is out in the foyer, like the greeting chamber.
Oh, not Magnus. The guy Grim.
Grim is next to
Grim
me.
is in the full
He's
black suit.
Dude in the
old
black.
half elf.
That's
Beady
the
weedy.
20th level monk.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, hey, Grim. Question for you, since you're, well, the brains of this outfit. Sorry, Gary.
That he is dead.
So, just in terms of this magical black darkness, like we couldn't see shit. How long into it did you hear the death?
The death happened just before it went bright again. Maybe 3 seconds before.
3 seconds. Right.
Once the death was done, it wasn't very long before it got bright.
3 seconds. And just question, I don't actually know, but can people actually I've seen some of the mages do the little do they call it the misty step? Can you do that in here, or is that
You can do that.
warded?
If you know how. I can't. There's no. Well, the wards were pulled down for the night.
Okay.
You can't do it through a wall, though, right?
Misty Step. I do have the spell. First
Yeah,
of all,
let us
there's verbal components, so you have to say hibbly bobbly Misty Step, and also place you can see.
Unless it was the
No one heard
sorcerer.
any talking. Yes, those
Sorcerer.
sorcerers can do it quiet.
Soul spell. Bitsy doesn't know that.
Right, but you do need to see a place where you.
Need to see it. Okay.
And no
Well,
one heard steps, right?
My stealth roll. Probably. Okay.
We need to find the murder weapon. I think we are focusing on who done it. We should be focusing on
Yes.
what did it.
And
The
also,
murder weapon will tell us a lot, yes?
very true. And another thing, if they did use teleportation, they would not need to open and close doors. So we don't have to worry about misty steps. Then why would you open and close doors?
Well, if they teleported, yes. But if they misty step, the doors would have to be open to see where they are going.
Very true. Very true.
All right. Can we just inspect through the rooms and see maybe there's hidden weapon?
Yeah. I'm gonna have a look at the dining room. Have a proper comb the fucking joint of the dining room.
I will investigate this room. Perhaps the weapon has not gone far. I don't actually think anyone's looked under the couch.
You spent a lot of time on that couch, though.
I sat on it. I didn't look under it.
I didn't want to get
I'm
that
still
close to
sitting on
you.
And I'll have a look in the kitchen.
Cool.
I will have a look in the hall.
So place yourself wherever you're going to be, and then roll me your investigation check.
Yeah.
I will ask my tiny servant to help me.
I will actually create. I will conjure the animals again for assistance in looking.
I would like to conjure of the animals.
Yeah, that sounds right. So,
I get the 16 this time.
we'll go top to bottom. 16. No, 27 is the first one. So you're looking in the dining hall. It doesn't actually appear that there is much in here. Everything's been cleaned away by illusionary serpents. But there's small little latches in the door. You feel above. You feel like a small little depression. It's not just what I have, it's in the door. And you click it.
The real man.
And you hear a small, and if only you could see further. No, in the back right hand corner, you notice a small little hatchway opens up into the library.
Who's this, sorry?
You.
Oh.
Nat 20, back here.
Nat 20, no, that was way back. I rolled a 13.
Shut up, he's spilling the beans.
Yeah, well, you know
That's all right, I'll take the Nat 20. I'm feeling nice.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, either way, we'll take it, because that's my mistake, not yours.
Cool.
You find a small hatch that leads into a library.
Right, that's nifty.
So someone could ignore the kitchen and go through the dining hall to library and back.
Where is it?
Back corner of the dining room. Is there any, does the mechanism make a clanking?
Does a mechanism be clanking? No. You hear it's kind of just not a whoosh, just a hinge twisting. Wouldn't have been heard from anyone.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
that's
See,
not the
that's-
doors opening and closing.
No.
Though if someone was wanting to get a good line on stabbing the man in the back, this would be... But the door to the library was opened anyway.
No, it was only opened recently, I thought.
It was opened during the darkness.
True.
I think,
yes.
as far as we understood, every door was open.
No, the library door was closed when it went dark, but somebody opened it. They heard it, yes?
They did hear an open and close.
So,
they
was-
specified they heard the door open
Yes.
okay.
and close.
But you don't know if that door was heard as a entrance or exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But our question is then, why use the door at all if you can use the little hatch thing?
Well, the hatch is
Well-
closer to the ballerina, so maybe
Right.
it was one of the two in the library. Darkness went, grabbed the ballerina.
Went through the
Would've-
door.
Would have had to
Nice.
grab the darkness spell from the library anyway.
Yeah, no, so it went darkness, clank, door, papers. So it. I think they came in, grabbed the. Yeah, they
I'd
came
also like
in.
to specify for you guys. People got their roles of what they would be doing before you guys got to this house.
Mm-hmm. They had
Darkness
time
Scroll
to
could have
prepare.
been stolen before the dinner started.
This
Yeah,
is
but
true.
that does not change the pattern because the ballerina is there.
True, but you also have to remember the direct line that you figured out to Gardex was down that door.
Yeah,
Down which door?
from
Through
the
the
library door.
Oh,
You had
library
a direct
door.
line.
Okay.
Ah, from here. Yeah.
You can
So if
shoot
it was there, they could have
Gyaradex
made a
from the
very
library.
quick journey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Would
Do
have
we
had
find
to be
anything?
within the last 3 seconds before the darkness fades.
Right. But we haven't investigated other rooms yet. What do
So
we
yes, I'm
find?
going
over
into
there?
it. So now, Sylvia, you were investigating the.
The main drawing room, I believe, the sitting room.
So you investigate and looking around for any forms of clue. You find looking under the chairs, not much of anything. It doesn't look like any evidence was left this close to the body.
Hmm.
You notice the. Never mind.
I notice the chocolates on the table. Or
Yes.
I have one.
No, unfortunately, any evidence that could have been gleaned by direction that was moved through the wine was prestidigitated away. You guys got rid of your half of the body's evidence.
God fucking damn it, Vivian, little
You're
shit.
welcome.
Vivian's not getting staff member of the year.
Next on this, 26. You, Vivian, are looking in room.
The
So
hall.
whereabouts would you like to look in here? In the foyer.
Everything. I have my little helper. We just look through every nook and
Okay.
cranny. I'm trying to find any hidden spots.
So you notice distinctly, comparative to when you first entered, it's almost a hair as if left there on purpose to let you guys find it, because otherwise it would be unfair. The suits of armor are slightly displaced.
Before the darkness, they were in a different position. And what do you mean by displaced? Are they like turned a little bit?
Slightly
or-
moved forward as if something could have been behind it.
Oh, can I see what's behind them now? Is there like a empty spot with no dust or anything?
Yes, there is an empty spot with very little dust.
So something was hidden there. When we came in, Silver did say that she would pat them and come look at them. Did you see anything, Silver?
You bring Silver
When-
over to look.
Yeah,
Yes.
go on.
They about the size of you can someone small enough could in theory stand behind it if they wanted to.
I did not see anyone hiding behind me when I came in the first time. Do I see? I would like to check out the wall behind them, though, now.
If there's a blue smudge, I have a thought.
Right. Any small creatures? There's only one.
Oh, also point of order: the window is also slightly ajar near Magnus and
Turned into a jar? What?
Just open the lid.
Welcome, Daria.
Yeah, I'd like to check out the wall behind the suits of armor.
Investigation check.
I'm really good at these.
I will help you.
Sure, let's do that.
I love that the one with the 8 information I'm doing. You look through.
17.
It looks like these suits aren't specifically meant to be moved, so it must have, must have been a little bit of work. That's probably why the clank came from there when they remove it delicately.
Yeah.
So, looking through it, it also looks dragged, not lifted. So you can probably rule out someone who's exceptionally strong.
Mm-hmm.
Centra.
Probably rule out Centra. Because she, in theory, would
Nice.
have been able to lift this armor quietly and moved it if that was her motive.
She was pretending to be someone else.
How big is Vorn?
Born is mediums, very weak, same as Magnus or Lavenna.
Could he, in theory, be hidden here? Would there be enough space for him?
In theory, these are suits of armor that were fitting half-giant Goliaths, so any of you could have hidden behind them.
So any medium creature could have.
Any medium creature could have hidden.
Right. But Vorn and Molu were together in the library.
My dark.
Sorry, guys. Excuse me. I'll be back in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, while we're here, I also have a question. Is the second story out of the picture for now?
Out of
Because I see us.
It's out of bounds. That's where people's rooms are. That's being
I
deemed out of
gotcha.
bounds for the sake of the murder mystery.
Got some tape across it.
Right. So we know now, after the darkness, someone who was hiding behind the suits of armor pushed them out, ran in, did their thing.
And then hid the soul.
Right. Clank was before the doors were opened, right?
Yeah, it went
Yeah.
it went darkness, clank.
Right.
So darkness, armor, then
Yeah.
the door, papers, whoosh, death.
Yes. So we have someone was hiding here when the darkness happened. They could have taken the scroll beforehand. Can we ask Magnus and the other person here if they heard anyone like leaving the room in the darkness?
Yeah.
Are you asking Magnus or Lavenna?
Both. Separately. So they can't like connect their story.
Even though they're sitting right next to each other.
Wait, you can do that if you want to bring one out separate.
Well, we have Karen with her telepathy, right? Karen, you can just intimidating
Karen from
in the
HR.
mind.
Karen, if you have telepathy, we can do a talk via mind only.
I don't. Do I? No.
Someone does.
No, I can talk into a mind. Can they talk back?
Do you
Sure,
have
why
the is that the warlock thing?
Yeah, the great old one, awakened mind.
Then,
I can
yeah,
speak to
I
any
believe they
creature I can see.
Yep.
Is this
I'll allow it,
in
that's
terms of time? I was sussing out the kitchen, and then if nothing happened, I would go in. But if you're calling me over right now, I can also.
No, we can see if anything in
I
the
can suss
kitchen.
the
and
kitchen.
then
Wait to see what happened in the kitchen. There is in the kitchen. What did you roll and what did you get?
I rolled an 11.
Rolled an 11. Phenomenal. There is
This is my
chocolate
first, like, over
smudges
10.
on Center's face. She is happily eating the log, the Yule log.
The winter solstice log.
However, what's your passive perception?
10.
Roll me perception as well from where you are.
Okay.
Because you actually add advantage because your dark vision is far enough for this.
Okay. 11. They're both 11.
Oh,
That's okay.
gee.
We'll allow an 11 for the sake of story. You look out the window, and in the branches of the dragon leaf tree, you notice a glimmer of metal. The window in the kitchen is also open.
Two windows are open.
Cool. Who was in here?
Centra.
Centra?
Yes.
You didn't hear anything going on with the tree while you were standing here.
She repurposes, like she
And-
repositions herself.
And as she's like
Yes.
looking and taking in the scene, I'll like mage hand and I'll like see if I can take the glistening thing.
So she kind of I suppose it could have come from my right. As she points towards the window where the whoosh could have been.
You heard the
And
whoosh.
she goes, maybe, and she picks up a knife and she throws it out the window as it makes up. A little louder than that, but kind of like that. As in, she believes the murder weapon was thrown out this window to the
Right.
dragon leaf tree.
There is a very good line of sight between
Yeah.
the...
Also, very good dagger throw, might I say. Just in general, I think you're doing a
Suspiciously
really
good.
good job, and I think we all really value your position here at the company. But also, did you do it?
Stay focused, please. You just hear from the dining room.
I think we need to check out this tree.
What's the thing?
Yeah.
You mage handed it, didn't you, Karen?
Yeah. You said that was like a glint.
How much weight can a mage hand lift?
Yeah.
10 pound?
5 pounds.
5 pound.
It's fine.
You know what? Give me a nature. It's not animal handling,
What's 10?
but let's give it nature handling instead. See if, as your mage hand approaches this somewhat sentient tree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Let me roll my dice. Which
Oh,
is
God.
so
Please tell me it's
painful.
not part of the word.
Oh man.
Don't.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your rolls today. Why?
It's so bad.
Come on,
I
Nikki.
don't have another set of dice that I'm not using for a character, so I rolled a 6 and then I used my inspiration and then rolled a 7.
As you try your mage hand,
I think I need to throw my
goes-
dice away.
the branches just kind of like swing a little bit and try and bat it away. It's not having it.
Silver has planned.
Sorry, tree.
The tree.
The tree
does
actually
it-
can understand languages, by the way.
Yeah.
Does the tree mind birds or animals?
Depends on the bird or animal.
I would like
Please.
to turn.
Dragonleaf tree gifted and bestowed. Dragonleaf trees are specifically normally gifts from dragons for doing something that great service to a dragon will grant you this gift. The magnificent trees are imbued with some characteristics of the draconic master, so the Imperial Dragon at this stage. And grows normally only consist of one type, and trying to find more than one is, that's a big task. These things are silent guardians. It's use simple tactics to deter intruders. It stays mostly motionless, but it even can do a breath weapon if it so wishes. This one's being lightning.
Wait, so it can talk?
It can't talk, but it can understand. So you could try and ask it nicely.
We can
and
ask.
speak to it.
We can
I-
ask, did you see like through the thing?
I walk up to the window and like lean out and I say, does the tree have a name? Do we know?
You could ask Aradex, I suppose.
I'm going
Please
to
just call
turn
it Doug.
into it. I'm going to sort of leap out the window and mid leap, wild shape into a one of those flying lizards,
Yes.
Oh,
the ones
cool.
that can spread
little
spread their
gliding,
tummies
yeah.
out so they can fly. I would like to glide to this tree like a tiny dragon.
Cute.
Aw.
Land on this branch. It doesn't
What's
appear
the
to.
jump out the window like? Is it good?
Give me an acrobatics check. Is it good?
Yes.
Roll the thing.
Do it.
And as Silver sort of drifts over as well, I'll just like ask the tree, I'll be like, "Excuse
21.
me."
It's graceful as fuck.
There's like a loop to
Graceful
I do is like a high dive as one would into a pool, but at the peak of it, I turn into a
Nice.
flying fox lizard and swoop out to the branch where the glint was and investigate whilst in this form.
That's
While you're doing that, what are you saying, Karen, to the tree?
I'm just
Because it
saying,
can't speak. It can just understand.
if you would mind just helping indicate or help our little companion figure out who threw a pointy weapon at you. That just seems like not okay. And we just want to make sure that you're feeling good, we're feeling good. Get that weapon out of your hair, so to speak. Leaves, sorry.
Roll persuasion, please.
Go on, Warlock.
Okay.
Sway that tree.
Do what you're born for.
I changed my dice. Now I've jinxed
come
it
on.
because I said it.
Yes.
Ha. 27.
Hey!
Yeah, we're back.
The branches, as Sylvia is gliding towards it, kind of rear up to let leaves flow loose and stop the flying creature, and then just stops and lets you land gracefully in the canopy of it. You look through, there's piercing just a little bit of it, kind of wedged between some of the branches. There's a hollow point rapier.
Hey.
I'm a very small lizard, but
Imagine it just.
I sort of pick it up and tuck it under one leg and sort of limp back. Probably takes me a little while. I hold it in my mouth as I fly back.
Also, question for just how things are going. Do you guys want to take a quick break, perhaps? You know, let everyone go use the bathroom, get a cup of coffee, whatever you want to do. Because I know we've been going like a little bit so far, so take a break, finish up. Do we want to do that?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Quick breaklet. Yeah,
Well,
we'll be back in 5 to
throw up an
10.
intermission screen, I hope.
Yes, I'm sure it will be. We will be back 5 to 10, guys. Thank you so much for hanging around with us this evening, playing a little bit of D&D, in aid of St Jude's charity, St Jude's Children's Hospital. We've got amazing sponsors, we've got amazing giveaways. Donate, and we will get stuff to you because everybody gets to win something. Hit Point Press has donated a little book that literally everybody who donates gets a copy of. So yeah, as little or as much as you can possibly afford, everything is gratefully received. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And yeah, we'll go for a little break now.
See you in a little bit.
Ooh, see you
Goodbye.
Or we won't because I'm not in control.
Or
We will find
as soon
out.
as our lovely tech decides to do so. But
Well, I
until
tell you
then,
what,
look
I
at this
just
nice
had a
wooden
little.
forge I have.
Yeah, but this is it. I just had a little miniature break. So actually, if you guys want to go and have a little break, I will tell the audience about our amazing sponsors. How about that?
Ooh.
That
Sounds great.
While wearing a Santa suit?
Whatever.
So yeah, you guys go for it, and I shall talk about our amazing sponsors because we have a bunch of them. We have Meeples and Dragons, who are an Australian-based D&D stuff supplier. Oh wow, somebody just blamped out of here. They're all leaving me.
That's all right. I'm gonna stay. Just vibe.
Cool. Yeah, my face is going to look weird now. Thanks, AJ. So, yeah, Meeples and Dragons, they have donated a couple of basically tumblers, I believe, with like the class symbols on them. So you could stand to win 2 of those, which is quite exciting, or one of those 2 things. Then the Hit Point Press have donated 3 copies, I believe, of the Humblewood book. We on Roll for Damage, I specifically on Roll for Damage, run Humblewood, a campaign in the Humblewood world. We ran the campaign from that book, so you can run your own game from that book, what I did. And I have now continued on that storyline to encompass the wider Humblewood itself. Hit Point Press and the Deck of Many are writing a second book in the Everden to expand upon that world, but basically backed by popular demand. They are also the people behind Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting and very recently the Fool's Gold Kickstarter.
Ooh,
yeah, it's very exciting. And all of them did crazy well. Yes, Wooten Forge are the sponsors of the Humblewood game, and that does segue neatly into Wooten Forge, who are my favorite people who make D&D stuff out of delicious Australian and exotic hardwood. This is my Wooten Forge Dice Keeper. It has room for 3 full sets of dice, and then this up here is actually for a mini to sit in, and it's got little padding in there so that you can hold it nicely and it doesn't damage it. I put my glass dice in there because I don't want it getting damaged. The other side is a leather inlaid dice roller. The magnets that hold it together are super strong. And they even engrave it. I've got Josh the Pirate engraved in it. This is Jarrah, but they also use Australian Chewit, and my favorite is Tasmanian Blackwood. Tassie Blackwood is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, gorgeous.
Gorgeous stuff. Des won a giveaway from the Wooten Forge a little while back. They have donated a full adventurer's kit, which I believe contains 2 different items. I believe it's an adventurer's chest and a dice rolling tray that you can roll your dice in. Obviously,
Very nice.
They've got some different color leather inlays. They've got Bordeaux, Night Sky, and there's a dark blue one as well. Use the code HUMBLE3 at checkout for a sneaky little discount, you cheeky little monkeys. I believe that one is still live. Then after that, we've got World Anvil. World Anvil is a really cool resource for DMs. It's storing, basically allowing you to store your DM notes and your world building stuff online. Des, I believe, uses it, so actually it's more qualified.
Fun fact, my notes today are actually through our World Anvil. So I use my stuff. I literally have all my notes in my session reports. World Anvil is a really handy place. You can make session reports, timelines, calendars. Like, all my players can view my world and track everything that happens through it. And all major events can be plotted on their timelines, and they have various memberships. And honestly, it's phenomenal stuff. Not sponsored my channel, but sponsored this, so I can really talk about it as much as I want.
It's so good.
But it's really handy. I really like it, and you can set up campaigns in it where the players can keep in-character journals, which is something I'd make them do to get inspiration, which is pretty fun. There's so many features that I haven't even touched on. Like, every map I have on it has little points, and you can just click on that point and it brings you to the thing. It's honestly, it's phenomenal.
The map feature is so sick. That's so good.
And we have an affiliate link because we are friends with them. And so, if you head into the panels below, you will find World Anvil down there. If you click on that link and you drop any money on them at all using that link, we get a kickback. And this month, Roll for Damage's kickback will be donated straight into St Jude's Children's Hospital as well.
Hell yeah.
We've also got Dungeon Fog. Dungeon Fog have given us a whole bunch of, I believe, 6-month memberships to give away, which is rather amazing. They are a map-making tool, and they make some incredible stuff, or rather, it allows you to make some incredible stuff. They're a very kind sponsor as well, and a regular supporter of our channel as well. Then there is, of course, Hero Forge, who are a big sponsor of particularly the Scales Above, Nova One's homebrew campaign, Rise of Tiamat adjacent game. If you're into D&D, you probably already know about Hero Forge. Our characters today were all built in Hero Forge just because it's the easiest and quickest way to make something that looks pretty much exactly like what you're trying to make it look like, unless you happen to be as skilled an artist as Daria. Who occasionally just shows off. And I'm assuming you drew the character that you're playing, Daria?
Yep, 10 minutes before we started. Yes, I did.
Show off. I'm good with a pencil. Can't do it on a computer. But yes, I can use Hero Forge quite well because I knocked mine together about 2 hours before we went live as well, and it took me about 5 minutes. It's super easy, super fun. If you really just want to, part of my character creation process is working out what they look like, and that's a really useful tool for that. You can dress them up in different costumes. I've built loads of them. I've even printed off several. They make a really good gift. They have donated several minis that basically they will 3D print and send you. You can paint them there, or they can send them to you to be painted. Either way works. I believe that's all of our sponsors. Just in time for Daria and Nikki to get back, so we can, Des, continue. Tell us more about this crazy world that we're inhabiting.
Just one question before we dive back in. You were mentioning that donators will get a book or something like that.
Yeah.
How would the donators...
If you head to our Roll for Damage's Discord, I will put the link in chat.
There we go. Good,
on the Discord, there is a channel called St Jude's Charity Amazing People, I think it's called.
Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame, that's the one. If you donate and then put your name and your your Discord handle in there, that's how we will get in contact with you. Everybody who puts their name in that list will be sent the PDF for that from the Hit Point Press.
One more thing though, we don't have Des anymore. We have Security Scan Plus.
Yeah, Security Scan Plus. It is actually it's my pronouns. They are no longer they them.
Cool,
It's
cool.
security scan plus.
We'll respect that.
Yeah.
We are everybody who goes in for that will be it's a big bad booklet of Skula, which has got a whole bunch of monsters and Nazis in it. I'm up for it. I want to get that because the
That's
Hit Point
exciting.
Press does some really cool work. There's some really the art tends to be amazing as well in their stuff.
Oh yeah, they're really
Yeah.
good stuff.
Cool.
Excellent.
Are we ready to solve a murder mystery?
You are
Never, let's
very
do it.
optimistic about how
I am. I have.
We've got the murder weapon. We've got the soul cage. We've got the body.
Yes.
I think what would be good to just mention is we forgot to talk about it, or maybe I just missed it. When will the winners be announced, and where will they be announced for the giveaways? For the
That one,
donated?
I can't help you. I'm afraid that is a Nova question. Probably towards the very end of this enormous 48-hour monstrosity that we are doing.
Yeah.
My guess would be the final few hours of it will be devoted to that. And thanking everybody.
Yeah. So, last we left off, we had a small combat avoided thanks to a good persuasion check with the Dragon Leaf Tree. You return the Hollow Point Rapier. You can make your way back inside.
Any fingerprints on it?
It does not look like there's fingerprints on it.
Who was wearing gloves?
Is there anything around the window at all?
It was Karen.
Yes. Well, also,
Always Karen.
the rogue is also wearing gloves. I remember that distinctly.
Yes.
Wait, can we really though, if Karen has a great rapport with this tree built, maybe because she's the head of HR, maybe we can ask it like yes or no questions with the branches.
Well, I mean,
I love
We're playing
charades.
20
Yes, let's do
questions
this.
20 questions with a dragon leaf tree?
Listen,
That's not
D&D is just
condescending.
charades, but more difficult. I'm convinced
That's
what
not
it is.
condescending to a tree that's made from a dragon.
It's not made from a dragon, it's just a tree blessed by a
No,
dragon.
we can just like ask, did you see this specific person chuck a rapier at you? Yes
Can we go
or
through
no?
every single person? Yep, sounds great.
Well, we have a very narrow list of
So-
people we actually suspect.
Can I have someone just, or all of you, roll me a nature check?
Sure. Like I know nature.
I am very good at that.
That's about
I
right.
am also good at that.
Okay, Vivian.
yeah,
It doesn't have eyes, it's blind sight.
Right. Well, I still like the session goes on. I still don't know how blindsight works. So you tell
None
me.
of us do. No, blindsight, it would have heard stuff and it would have used other senses but not visual. So it wouldn't be able to tell you who it was. By
Doesn't go
But there
through
was a-
walls either.
There was
Right,
a person
but-
outside.
No,
Presumably,
it doesn't.
So
it
it
doesn't
looks
have
like
to
it was
be.
thrown to the window.
if it was thrown away after the death, presumably.
Here's the thing. 2 windows are open. One in the hall where this person was hiding, and one in the kitchen where the person presumably threw it out when it's done.
Can I step out and go to the window
Mm.
and see if I can see anything outside of the main window of the foyer? See if I can see anything like tossed out, any scrunched up pieces of paper, anything like that. Because that's how you dispose of spell scrolls. Yeah.
So you look out. There is roll me a investigation check.
I
Sure.
just
Can
FYI,
I-
I'm currently standing on Vivian's shoulder because I am a small lizard. Any
I'll give it a little scratch.
any interjections I am making are telepathic.
Can I see Bitsy through the kitchen window? Like, is window to window visible?
No, not from there. The windows leading to the foyer lead out that way. It would not be visible. Outside, you don't find anything of sinister repute. You don't find a spell scroll. You don't find any.
Don't find anything? Any reason
Nothing.
that the window is open?
No
Well,
reason specifically.
Here's the thing. We were standing while we were waiting for the murder to occur.
Yeah, you
We
would have
were
seen something come
standing-
out that window.
Yeah, like next to that window. Was it open already? Before
It
the
was obscured
darkness?
by darkness. It looks like it was opened after you guys entered, though, just for the sake of opening.
No. I mean, when we were ushered outside, it was still closed. Yeah.
Yes,
What's
I
the?
reckon
but it may have been
Magnus-
opened just for the sake of getting a bit of air in the place.
Magnus is fucking with us.
Yeah, Magnus is being a little bitch. Yeah.
Classic
Possibly.
Magnus.
So, you two, who cracked the window?
Magnus raises his hand.
Why?
I farted.
I mean,
Inside. All right, come
1
on.
second, let me roll.
Let's make a good insight. Come on, please.
I mean, it's good. It's nice.
No, it's 17. It's one higher because I can't roll above a 7 for fucking.
Probably below.
You probably farted.
Yep. Well, did we have any farty foods in the dinner? I don't think
Depends.
so.
Gingerbread could make you farty. I have no idea.
I mean, I've never had gingerbread as a person, so I will.
I have, and I can't remember.
Defer. Okay.
Silver says there was runner beans.
Yeah, I guess.
I will also point out that hollow point rapier in the tree. That whoosh, if that was that thing, that happened before the death.
Yeah.
That's
There-
so
Oh.
stupid. And wait, what do you mean before? Like the corpse did not utter like, "Oh, I was slain just now." The corpse was
No.
found.
Technically, it was the last noise, so it could have been when the lights came back on. That, was the last thing. And then people saw the body. Or it could be a decoy rapier. It's a decoy snail for those people who get that reference.
No, I'm just
I
saying,
would
no
like
one
to
had
investigate the rapier for like poison or something.
I
Alright.
will help you with
You
this.
say it's a hollow point.
or
It is, yes.
fibers from the couch.
Mm.
Roll investigation check.
I am very close to it because I am a small lizard.
Yes,
just
and I
literally, like-
help you with it.
Yeah, you hold it for me to look at.
Yes, right before your lizard eyes.
17.
17. This one actually doesn't. You look over it, no fingerprints. The blade looks like it's seen minimal to no use. It perhaps is a decoy rapier.
Shit. We didn't even find the real one. We don't need this right now.
But we would lose if we were presenting this one as the murder weapon.
Right?
This would be the whoosh that happened before the death.
I
They
feel
are
like
trying to trick us.
this could be Senthra just throwing it out of the kitchen window because she's helping someone else.
All right, my personal theory is that everyone here is fucking with us.
They are all
Well,
in
yeah.
on it.
That's all.
We did have that thought like 2 hours ago.
AJ has small brain.
We did not move past that thought. Everyone's hateful. Everyone's against us.
This is perhaps something to bring up at other people's reviews.
Look, as
Maybe.
a team bonding exercise, the level of deception in the room is somewhat worrying. But we'll get to that.
I have.
I think the
a
most
question.
upfront has been a tree, and I
I-
think
That is true.
let's be real, they need a raise.
Of what? Water? Like water it
the
twice
sun's
as much?
rays?
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay. I have a question. We did not cross-reference stories of people who are presumably in the same place yet.
I'm still waiting for you to
example.
question Lavenna and Magnus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Magnus was questions.
I'm
question.
pretty
You
sure
know
we
Karen
covered
was-
Magnus very
Yeah. Karen
Did you
got
cover him
that.
well, or did you just cover him?
We may or may not have. He may or may not have farted. That's all we know.
Right. So can we, using Karen's great mental prowess, cross-reference the pairs of people? Like, do they give the same story?
And as
Yes.
they are, I'm just going to be watching body language while this telepathic communication is happening.
Yeah.
Okay, it's up to you then. How do you approach Magnus again? Or Lavenna first?
So I enter the room again.
Maybe Lavenna first.
Literally
It
said
will catch
nothing
Magnus
to her.
off guard.
I just
Yeah,
get
okay.
jealous.
Where's sitting. I'm just gonna like stand in between them. Both. If I can.
Just T-pose between them.
Roll me a perception check as you get between.
Okay. 19.
Nice.
Yeah, getting there.
Magnus definitely fighting.
Is that the
You
check?
notice there is a small satchel at the chair beside Magnus, kind of scooched under to the side.
Was that there to begin with? Because I stood directly between them at the very start of the whole thing.
What did you roll back then?
I don't think I rolled back then.
I mean,
Just when we first came in the at the very, very beginning of the.
It's
the
not
whole
something
thing.
anyone noticed when you first came.
No.
Okay. Radio.
As a small lizard, I would like to climb inside said satchel.
You would?
Probably not.
That
It's probably a terrible
sounds-
idea, but
But
yeah.
as you crawl inside, you
Yeah.
feel this perpetual sense of falling as Magnus scrambles for the bag as you fall inside a bag of holding.
Get that shit. Like, let's upend that shit. Everything falling out.
You hear a telepathic. I may be inside the bag of holding.
Which we don't
Magnus
hear
takes
because you're
you
in a
out.
different dimension.
Yeah, I can't see you, so.
But
You will-
Vivian knows how these things work, so she'll just
Mm.
like upend it.
All right.
And you hear this.
So you
And I probably
See-
land and turn back into silver, actually.
Yeah, definitely. With 3 damage goes through.
Yeah.
You upend the bag. A bunch of poisons, herbal clippings, and a hollow point rapier falls out.
Is the
Ah!
jalapeno rapier stuck in like Silver's butt cheek or something?
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. However, you do know this bag belongs from the etching on the outside. It's labeled because he's that like particular with goods. This is Vorn's bag.
I knew it. I did not, but
And Varn's in the
Um,
library.
Yeah.
yes,
the
and
library.
Vaughn was one of our main suspects so far.
One also could have gotten back into the library through the small secondary entrance.
And he's small enough to hide behind the little suits of
I
armor.
would also
think
point
everybody
out
is,
Magnus
yes.
knew about the bag when you jumped in.
Yeah, we know. We're about to ask him. Don't worry. We got
asked
our
him-
eyes on Max.
I know,
I
it's just you
asked-
guys have been a bit no thoughts head empty tonight, so I want to make sure you cover
No
everything.
scold him.
Magnus
Okay,
just
not
hears in his mind, like straight away, just like, look, I told you we were watching you, and I don't know why you weren't being upfront. You don't seem pleased by this whole thing. We could all go home if you tell me about the bag.
Can't go home, we still have to play White Elephant.
Well, I mean, that's the good bit. I know. Yeah.
we
I
can't
mean,
get
it's
to the
really
white
cool,
elephant
but I
until
know
this is
it's
done.
still- Yeah.
Technically, isn't
You're
this a
doing your
home?
job, you're detectives.
Don't we live here?
Yeah.
You do.
I have no
Some of you do.
idea.
A dorm.
All of you have a
I
room.
have a room.
Yeah.
So, when did the bag appear next to you? Did you touch it?
I didn't touch anything, I'm completely innocent.
Insight.
Yeah, that's some bull.
Oh, nat 20.
Ooh.
For a total of?
A total of 29.
29.
29.
You meet your beat, I suppose. Magnus is speaking a little bit panicked here.
Let's go in for the kill.
Okay.
would also-
Vivian, do you say
I
that
don't know
out
if
loud?
people have connected the dots yet. There was no footsteps. Magnus is an accomplished Echo Knight. Echoes
Yes.
do not leave footsteps.
Mhm,
Yes.
That little stinker.
As
What-
as you guys are closing in, and Magnus seems shaky. Karen's just gonna lean right over Magnus's face and just say all of this like in his head, and just say, "How dare you betray the trust of this company, lying to me and not telling us what's going on," and just like full ball shouting as she sprouts these like skeletal wings from behind her. in her necrotic shroud to frighten him.
Wisdom
Nice.
save, isn't it? That's not gonna work.
I love how you just
He
like,
just puts his hands up his nose. All right, you don't know everything you know.
you sure about that?
Fine. Tell me how I did it.
No, you
That's
tell
not
us
how
how
this
we did it.
works. You tell us what
That's
you
not
know.
how this works. Gardeck says you need to figure out how it was done.
You telling
What
us
objects were
figures
used?
it out. That's
Okay, I need to draw
Okay,
the map a sec.
Buddy, we know that you are a culprit. And if you don't fess up right now, which is part of investigation, by the way, I will make you get all the decorations down and you will not leave these rooms for the next 3 days, I assure you.
and you know that she packs them in a particular order so that it's easy to get out
Yes.
next year.
If you don't make it correctly, I will make you redo it. Every box, one by one.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Ooms. Me?
Yes.
Can I help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And I'm proficient in the investigation. That's one charisma skill I have.
In intimidation?
Yes.
That as well.
So I have advantage. That's good. Oh, that did not help me much. 13.
Felix goes, look, all you have to do is go to Gardex and tell him how it was done. Like, if you want to get to the combat bit, we can do that, but I warn you, I won't go easy. As he's going to use his level 3 rogue Whisper ability to fade into shadows and disappear.
Can I attack of opportunity attempt to grapple?
That's not an attack of opportunity, but no, and is 3 levels of rogue. As he rolls a 19 plus 13 stealth in front of people, he's able to use his level 3 Whisper ability, and he just into the shadows.
But this is well lit. Hang on, no, this spot's well lit. There's no shadows.
Even in low light or such, it's only candlelight. It's not very good. He can
Yeah.
Oh,
use
It
his,
might
it's, a,
be.
it's a class ability.
Yeah.
That seems.
All right. So,
He'll
okay.
be back. How did
Yeah,
he do
he
it?
will. Yeah, let's consolidate all our information.
My thoughts is he went from the foyer. I don't know if echoes can use spell scrolls. That's the one thing I don't know.
I mean, anyone
Wait.
can use a spell scroll. You just have to be able to read.
You know,
Vaughn
but
is
can the
capable
echo-
of this. No. Guys, before we get into this, we did not ask the second person here. Maybe we can get out some information about his movements from her.
So here's
She's
a quick
still here.
question. So, yes, who was sitting in here before it went dark? Just you? Or was Magnus here?
Magnus was hanging around, so he was kind of just loitering in the room, but around here.
I
Did you hear the
also
scratching and
neglected-
clanking?
I neglected to
I-
note that everyone within 10 feet has to roll save
Oh.
on their friend.
Oh no!
Is it wisdom?
Oh, she
Really?
fails.
I was terrified.
Charisma DC 16.
Oh,
No, I'm
charisma.
terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I am also terrified.
Hey!
Backs away from Garrett.
I
Bitsy's just like,
hope I never get reviewed by you ever again.
Bitsy
I
just
am less
ignores it.
sanguine about
Literally the
the-
only NPC representative here. I mean, you will.
No.
Mm.
Okay, so did you
I turned to the I turned
did
to them and
hear-
I just continued like, you were sitting here the whole time. You can't say that you didn't know anything either.
By the time I could see again, Magnus was sitting down.
You heard nothing.
I heard the metal, but
did you hear the window being opened?
that window was opened after
Uh-huh.
you came in.
Did he
Russell-
actually fart?
He did.
Okay.
Nice. We will use that
Um,
against him, by the way. Did you hear that,
so-
Magnus?
Why move the armor?
This was how he shot in the first place. Yes?
No, because the shot was
Echoes?
No. Maybe
to
he was
manifest your
hiding the
echo somewhere.
rapier there.
For the scroll.
Or the scroll. It's a good
well, I
hiding
did-
spot.
I did look for this scroll. I look inside the suit of armor.
Yeah, inside both of them. I'll look inside the other.
It's simple to find. If you open the visor and look down in it, you see the completed used scroll.
Mhm.
There we are.
Mm-hmm.
So it was his hiding spot for the things to use. He took them, but wait. Here's the thing. The action of committing darkness is visible.
Correct.
Unless because he just disappeared.
Or was he behind? Was he behind?
He could easily have hidden there.
Right.
Past.
So she said he was
He can hide in
loitering.
any form of light. He can fade into basically
Yeah.
shadows on the wall.
Lavenna said he was loitering, but you did not have your eyes on him the entire time, right? He was just
He wouldn't
milling
have.
about.
He's just hanging
was-
around.
Just we
Right.
weren't really
So
having a
he's
deep conversation.
stealthed in his little.
She kind
hidey
of pulls
hole.
out this little like smokehouse. I was painting the gingerbread houses.
Oh, very nice,
Aw.
very beautiful.
Can you
So
distract
he was
him?
hiding. He was like, darkness. Grabbed the rapier.
Cannon
Run
fat
in.
spells.
But no, darkness. Then he make clank, puts scroll in thing. Then he
Yes.
runs.
No, he does not run. He's echo.
Well, yeah, but he's sneak.
Yes.
He goes and
does the
sits
attack.
down.
Magnus will be a high enough level that he can control his echo remotely up to a mile away from himself.
Yeah.
He would
So
know this
So-
ability.
he doesn't even have to move. His echo goes in, rapier, hopow. Then it goes to the kitchen, throws the thing away.
The fake
don't-
one.
Fake one. He
Mm.
had two.
Yeah.
Goes into the library.
Yeah.
Grabs the ballerina.
Yes.
to.
Goes to the
Can and
the
then
hidden
okay.
hatch.
My arcane knowledge let me understand that the echo can do all of these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes,
Yeah,
goes
when
through the
he's-
hidden.
he can basically use his echo like a duplicate of himself to fully control it. The only condition is he is blind and deaf while he's doing it.
He is, but
Right.
that's okay. He's just
That's
standing
fine
still.
to him. Yeah.
Hmm.
So hang on. How does he get in and out of the library? I'm trying to think of that because
But he
There's a
comes in
hatch.
through the door and then he leaves through the hatch.
no, the hatch
other way
has to
around.
be opened. As far as we know, the hatch has to be opened from the dining room.
This
That's
is fine.
the
Then he
only
goes.
way that we found.
Well, this is
Did-
not the
did
problem.
we-
He goes in through the hatch, comes out through the door. We know the door was open
And
and,
throws
closed. It
the
does not-
kitchen.
Yes,
rapier.
Throws the
and
rapier as he comes out of the library.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
But he has to return with the ballerina statue.
How does the?
But
Yes, but he can
Its
do this.
doors
Goes
then rustle. So it's like someone opened and closed the door, and then there was movement in the library.
That was the echo
And
putting
then-
ballerina down and dissipating because he can
Okay.
just he can let it go.
The
right?
echo
He
can just pop away. He doesn't.
yes.
that is the final thing he did. Presumably,
So-
the ballerina had to be near the body when the body died.
Yeah. Is that how that works? Ballerina has to be.
It would have
proximity.
for the sake of a soul trap. Yes, that's what Gardex would have required.
Right. Okay.
Sure.
So
I'm happy with that.
do we have any holes in the
Why are there
story?
two rapiers?
Yes, we
Because
have
he
to.
wanted us to fail.
Because if he got
fucking
something wrong,
test.
he would win.
Yes,
Yeah.
but when does he just carries two with him the whole time and then
Why
Well,
not?
just
And
one
he
and then
still
hides
wields
the other?
weapons.
Mm.
Dual wielding. Yeah.
He is
Okay.
a
Right.
two weapon fighter.
So we have our weapon, we have the artifact, we have him virtually convincing, but,
Confessing,
not
yeah.
confessing, yeah, because he was like, "Oh no, let's go and bust."
I'm
this
really
guy."
Why
impressed,
did he
Karen. You
use-
found out him before. Your instincts so good for this.
Yes.
Off the bat, I know my company, but also why does he have Vaughn's bag?
Well, because Vaughn has a bag of holding. He needs something to hide his stuff in.
Yeah.
Should we
Let's go
before we
ask
go?
Vaughan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Did
Let's
you
go have a
lose
chat to
your
Vaughn.
bag?
mm.
You go up and ask for it.
We do.
Yes.
So
And while they ask, I'll also drop my wings and
Thank you.
leave Charlie.
Because I don't think I can walk closer to you while you're doing that.
Yeah, that was
and you just
very,
watch
very horrible.
Bitsy just strut past, just like nice wings.
Yeah. Before I drop
Yeah.
it, I just sort of step towards everyone just because it's fun.
Okay, Garen's having too much fun with this.
So and Bitsy would have swiped the bag as we went past. Varen, these this is yours.
Yes.
Did you have it on you when the darkness began?
Oh, that should have been in the gold closet, maybe under the stairs.
Stairs.
And this rapier, is that also yours? Like all this poison?
Poison's an antidote to mine. That rapier is Magnus's.
Is there
Okay.
like M scrolled in on the?
No, but I know what
What of it?
we've traveled together. I know what he fights with.
What then? What about this one? And I procure the other rapier.
Are they very similar looking?
They are almost identical.
Both his?
Yes. He also has a few short swords and daggers.
The one in
In
the
my bag,
bag. The one in the bag, does that look like it's been used? More than the...
Investigation.
Yeah,
I will help you with this.
thanks. Just in case there's a third and Magnus is an uber dick.
That
There's
would be
there's
so
always
bad.
a decoy rapier.
25.
Yeah, no, this one shows the telltale signs of recent use.
Okay, so it is this one. Good.
You see small fibers in the hollow point of the chair.
Yep.
Why was your bag stashed under the stairs, by the way?
Leave my boots in there too. Do you want me to get down as well?
As
I
he
put
says
my-
that, I'll flick into Charlie and I'll send Charlie to the stairs.
Yeah, you look
To
under the
find
stairs.
the
There's a
boots.
coat closet. It's very small, enough for an 11-year-old boy to live if you like Harry Potter. Or there's coats, bags, shoes.
Is
There's
that
many
canon?
things.
Is this where Harry Potter grew up?
No, that's Magnus's background. That's why he's such a little shit.
Ah.
No, but there is a
childhood.
coat closet under the stairs that is just filled with a few small bits, but it's like unassuming stuff. Like you assume there's probably another bag holding in there, someone else's.
All right. Okay, so it looks like we have everything in place, yes?
If you do, you can
I
tell
think
Garrett,
so.
excellent.
Well, do we have one try and then we fail, or?
You have to tell how it happened. But if it's like something as small as semantic as like door then library or library then door, like if you all you
Okay.
need is where the soul is trapped to the weapon and who done it and how they did it. Not like the
Oh.
exact path.
All right, we're good.
Yeah,
go
then
talk to Gary.
we figured
Who-
that out
who
a while
wants-
ago.
Yeah, who wants to do the honors?
I think Karen was the one who first suspected Magnus, so I think
Yes.
the honor should go to her. Also, she is
Absolutely.
terrifying.
She's also the most eloquent of us.
And also, I think Karen will convince them that's how it went, even if that was not true.
Yeah.
There is also to answer question chat, there is wine on the rapier, yes.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Thank you, chat. Good catch.
Wine and fibers, right?
So you approach Garrett, he's kind of just sitting up, like crisscross applesauce in the chair, just like cup of tea. Puts it down.
Well, good
Still a
evening, Garrett.
Oh,
very
say that
good.
again. Who did it?
The second death, no
Well,
way.
So tell me, am I coming back to life for?
Yeah, we can 100% restore your soul to the wonderful body that heads this company. Well, Magnus, nothing but trouble. I mean, I always sort of suspected him ever since he took my mug, in the mug incident. So, yeah, he, did all of the things in order that I remember.
So you recite the plan
I
of
recite
what
the
you guys
plan.
discussed.
So it's like, he takes the scroll and he casts darkness from behind the armor and then disposes it within the suit of armor. And then, using his Echo Knight powers, he shuffle then whoosh. He goes into the library to pick up the ballerina, and wait, does he go through the? I look at Vivian, who took better
He
notes.
leaves through the door.
No, because he goes through the hatch.
Yeah.
Yes.
He goes
And
into
It doesn't
the
matter
hatch.
which way he leaves. We just know that after the death, he'll go to the kitchen to chuck the rapier. Or
Yeah, we know
he
the
can do this
existence
before.
of the hatch, which is important.
Mm.
That's
Yes.
So
pretty
he throws the first rapier as a red herring, and
Yeah.
then goes in to murder you with this other rapier that Vivian has, which has both fibers and.
And his
Wow.
final act is to return the ballerina to its spot possibly
With the soul
through-
in it.
Yes.
Yes, and then resume
And then the Echo
his
Knight
position
disappears.
with his rapier in the bag of holding.
Yes, he puts the rapier to hide it into the bag that he took from Warren.
And then
The end.
I don't know if this is important, but I feel like we're just trying to give you as many details as possible. He then farted. And
Yes,
then
he farted really stinky. Yes.
Very
I believe
important.
this was very important to his plan.
hmm
Yes.
Yeah, because then we looked at the window, and then the window helped us do the other. It was very well thought out. Also, he's gone now.
Yeah, he super was concerned and left.
Mm.
We scared him.
So, Garrett kind of looks over to the empty seat across the thing. Is, well, Magnus, is it true then? As he kind of flitters back out of the shadows.
Such a dick.
Yeah, you got it pretty much right. Exactly how it went. I don't want to fight. I already got a black eye. The sensor already hit me. I don't want to do it again. Can we just skip that part?
I am not opposed to not fighting. I wish to know what is the white elephant in the room.
Can I just
Sorry, I
throw
think
a
it's-
chocolate at him?
You can try roll to hit. Improvise
use
on
it.
dexterity.
Yep. But nope.
No, he just
It's fine. My MacBook will just like pinch his nose a little bit, like.
so
I'm just gonna
Please,
eye
everyone,
him, and then just like bite
around
the
the
head of the
tables.
gingerbread
We'll-
man.
we'll bring the presents as he claps for the unseen serpents.
Nice.
As people come down and
Oh, the gang's all back together again.
as people sit down and
Ah.
Bitsy just moves around.
Magnus is flanked and scared. As 12 presents get brought down from the upstairs with the unseen serpents. And for those of you that don't know how White Elephant works, is everyone will roll a d20. We'll start with the lowest will pick first. There's 12 mystery presents wrapped. You know what you brought if you told me, Daria. Or I filled it out if you didn't.
Oh, you mean magic-y stuff?
Yeah, I told everyone it. Yeah.
I do have what I
Every-
have, yes.
So there is a total of 12 presents. Can I have everybody, including the actually, would people in the chat like to roll for the NPCs, perhaps?
Exclamation mark,
8,
roll
20?
space 20.
I need 8 of them.
Nice.
8 of them.
And we roll.
So the first 8 in chat who type, there is a bit of a cooldown on it, but exclamation mark, roll space 20. A 2 from Shanahos.
So we'll put that on Magnus. You can get the low roll.
I got
Oh.
a 5.
Got a 6.
Vivian also got a 5.
Who's got
Are
the
we
high
fighting
dex?
for this
One.
present?
That cave guy got a 7.
Grim.
Hans
Okay.
Heinrich got a 15.
Do I re-roll if I get the same number as someone else?
Yeah, no, just 2 of you roll off, see who goes again.
Zenhawk rolled a 12. I also rolled a 12, if that helps, and a 10 from the Forgotten Link.
All right, so we're gonna add an initiative track.
No way.
So,
Well, you always need initiative for Christmas presents.
you always are. So adding everyone's turn. You can fill in your own if you so wish. I will start putting people's in.
Where is she? Where's Pinky? There she is.
If you need help, just let me know.
Yep.
I don't appear to be able to change the number.
You're 5.
There you go, done it.
Yeah,
Now.
every time it updates, it resets the thing. Like, if you're typing, it resets the typing every time. It's very frustrating. And challenging and fun.
Yeah.
Just like
Well, like-
Christmas.
It's about 12 seems to be about the highest.
17,
Yeah, we'll
there's a
roll for
17.
15.
There was a
bad.
17?
There's
There was a 17, bird boy. Molu got a 17.
Nikki, how's your gingerbread man?
It's actually really good. It's like
Yeah.
you know the nice like spicy ginger as well.
Oh,
I've
yum.
never tried gingerbread, but I will.
It
Really?
changes your life,
Okay.
Daria, very slightly.
Okay,
In
very tasty.
descending
Did
order
you make it?
from lowest first.
No.
Is reverse way. You don't want to pick first. So there's 12 things. Magnus will pick a large rectangular box and opens it up. Within, brought by Bitsy, you recognize this as your present, a cloak of billowing. Magnus kind of,
Nice.
okay.
It's definitely
Silver.
not toast.
There, you can either steal or you can pick a new present. There is various long rectangular boxes. There's small little like leather boxes. There's something that's like a big drum of something. You're not sure what it is. There's like little pastry boxes. There's an awful lot.
I'd like to
Many
pick the
things.
most organic looking thing, is if there's anything that looks particularly organically shaped or made or wrapped in a particularly organic way.
Okay, you keep an
Mine
eye
would
out
be
for
wrapped
Vorn's.
in vines. Just
You keep an eye out for Vorn's present then, I'd imagine. Opening it up, you find it's a 2-pound bag of dragon leaves from the tree outside used for alchemical purposes. 2 pounds.
heck.
It's a lot of dragon
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
smoke it.
leaves.
I
You could.
Might.
Vivian, do you want to steal a present or do you want to pick a
I
present?
don't steal. What? No.
You just borrow and
I
don't
borrow.
give back.
Yeah.
There's
I-
small little pouches, there's big pouches, there's what sort of present would grab your eye?
Well, I will at least once successfully use the blind side of my companion, and I will ask MacBook which present smells the best.
Smells the best. So he goes to the small little pouch. This is a gift brought by Lavenna. You open it up. It is a set of 6 pastries baked and brought from the Feywild.
Ooh, they might have like some magic-y things in them.
Yes.
I'd say.
Lavenna goes, they give you the most lucid dreams you'll ever have.
Wow.
I like
so
the dream
that's
candles.
no, that's just like with loving hands of Mary and Juan were baked with pastries.
They're pop brands.
Bitsy, do you
Yep.
want to steal or do you want to...
I want to grab the most awkward, cumbersome looking present and definitely not bonk Magnus in the face with it as I go to sit
Well,
down.
the biggest cumbersome one is either this large square thing in the middle of the floor or a drum that's almost the same size as you.
Let's go the drum.
All right, you
Why
go to
not?
the drum. What's your strength score?
No.
You're funny.
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
I'll go for the square if I don't think I
Okay,
can lift it.
you try and lift the square. You cannot lift the square. You open up your present. It's just an anvil. You
that's
just brought
funny.
an anvil.
Who did? Who's this?
Gildus, the Loxodon, just brought an anvil. It
Oh
also
my
looks
God.
slightly stolen. There is like filigree of a blacksmith in
Slightly
town.
stolen.
So it's one of the Rindleton ones.
Amazing.
Okay.
It is a white elephant.
Okay, righto. Unsuccessfully tries to drag it away.
Gildus' turn. He will reach over for a small little rectangular box. He picks it up and opens and pulls out an immovable rod.
Nice.
Mm.
Aaron, do you want to steal or pick a present?
Steal the anvil, it's a good idea.
Good try. I want to open the most mug-sized box.
All right, you
Nice.
you
You
open
want a second mug?
You
Hey,
open a
I need a
small
decoy.
little,
I look at Magnus
Box.
again.
and it's not very like fancy or anything, but there is a bag of holding inside.
Nice.
Cool.
Is that does that have Warren's name on it?
Yeah.
Oh, this wood package is
sewn
wrapped
on
in
the
vines. Silver, would you like to tell Karen what's in her bag of holding?
Silver would just say, would be smelling one of the dragon leaves and go, "You should probably look inside."
Stick your head in. That's a good idea.
It is completely filled with candy canes.
What?
Nice.
How many of them are sharpened?
So
I give everyone a candy cane.
That is 64
Grimm's
cubic
turn.
feet of candy canes.
64
So
cubic.
probably a lifetime supply.
Grim will promptly steal the bag of candy canes.
Okay.
So you can either now yourself, Karen, you can pick a new present or steal a present. You cannot steal
Steal
what
the
was already
apple.
stolen, though.
Yeah.
Steal the anvil.
Hashtag steal the anvil. Yeah. You still go on that?
Do it for the meme.
I'll open a new one. I'll open the one furthest from me.
All right. Are you sure? Because the one furthest from you is the large drum, the same size as you.
There's
I don't
also
think any
a
of us are
small
strong
one.
enough to pick it up.
So
Yes.
you go over and look. You can't lift this thing. Inside it, Magnus starts giggling and he goes, "Proud owner of 60,000 ball bearings."
Nice.
Kind
mean,
of
that's
better than
useful.
the anvil.
Yeah.
Don't spill it.
Do it.
Yeah,
Or
be
do spill it, and we have a
all
new
full of
game.
them. Yeah. The floor is ball bearings. Everybody go.
Watch Magnus
What?
soak in that
What?
shit.
60,000 ball bearing pickup.
Gyaradex is going to try and find something that looks large, but all the other big presents things. So he's going to open this large rectangular box. It's very heavy. He opens it up and he goes, "I have very little use for this. +1 greatsword."
Boo, so boring.
Watch him just like swing it.
I have very little use for this.
The bonus turn, she looks over something. There's a small little rectangular box. She picks it up, opens it up. Universe? Sovereign glue.
Uh-oh.
Thankfully, Magnus did not find this. On Voron's turn, he will decide to pick up something and opens up the Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Don't know what
If
that
you-
does.
If you,
Sounds
if you don't
cool.
have a use for it, I'll take it off your hands. No
It's-
worries.
Warlock only spell item.
Yeah, he knows.
He's good for
Senthra will steal the +1 greatsword, and in turn, Gyaradex will open something else and opens up what looks to be Cloak of Protection. And he picks his own. He goes, "Cloak of Protection, never an issue."
best magic
Then
item.
comes around to the last present, which leaves Molly with a +1 studded leather armor. And Magnus, being the first one, now has the option to steal something if he so wishes, as the last player.
He's
Kind of
good
stares
though,
over
right?
all of you.
I mean, it's a good anvil.
Very sexy anvil. Yeah, it will
I
be
hope it
beautiful in
comes
any
back to me. I would like to steal the anvil.
Surprised the elephant didn't steal the
As
anvil
he
back.
chooses not to. Everyone has a present. All presents are locked.
Nice.
Nice.
That is
Shit.
the
I will-
end.
I will give everyone who wants the little edible from Feywild if they want to.
Dead
Yes.
set. I will trade for a handful of dragon leaves.
Yes. Yes.
I'll trade for an anvil.
Leave your anvil to you.
You can have the anvil.
I needed a new bedside table anyway.
The one shot comes to an end. Left with a little bit of amp time. We've got about half an hour left. Talk about our favorite moments from the session, because that was definitely a fun Christmas shot. No
Yeah.
combat, thankfully. You guys avoided it all. I had a lot of fun doing this and making this come to a reality. And I had a lot of fun. So I suppose we will ask everyone Silver's favorite moment first. We'll start top to bottom.
Ooh.
And I'll say the no concept, no thoughts, head empty. What is gingerbread contest? Definitely crowning moment would be my favorite. It's just the absolute meme character, just no thoughts, head empty. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yet still winning, which
Still
is
winning. Still
amazing.
winning.
Yeah, she was playing on the. It was like it's not just the number of rooms. They did say also height, which is what I was
They
going
did.
for.
Have you worn the top hat of Gingerbread the whole time as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Good.
Except
Imagine
when
nice.
except when I became the lizard, at which point it was a very tiny top hat made of
Yes.
gingerbread on this lizard.
Nice.
Silly questions.
My favorite moment from Silver was getting out of the bag, like, yeah, that was funny, cartoonish comedy. That was fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like I'd agree
And-
with that. Anything that just like brings a gliding lizard into it and that good, graceful landing.
It's very great.
Beautiful moment.
I reckon just the interaction with the whole chocolate box at the start, just like any fruity liqueur. Nah, fuck it, refill my mead.
My favorite meme moment was actually getting to be Silver again. So Silver was created for a campaign that we ran 3 sessions of, and then it died. Unfortunately, because the DM had like 3 deaths in the family in like a month and a half, and it just so it was really sad. And we'd just gotten to level 2. And so very sadly, I never got to. I just gotten the sort of like, I really like this person. I really like this character. They change gender whenever they change season. So they're this really genderless, baffling character that doesn't understand how the world works. And getting to once again explore and be that person again was really, really lovely. I enjoyed that.
Awesome.
It was a beautiful character.
Yeah, it definitely felt like lived in.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Cool.
Bitsy. What's our favorite Bitsy moments? My I think it comes down to 2 perhaps. The attack on the garland was funny, but I really liked the sabotage attempts during the gingerbread, like the low-key shade that the character brought to the table. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was definitely an awful lot of fun.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think like a consistent level of sass, like intermediate with puns, was really good.
But also to add to that, a little bit of like niceness, right? So she definitely prevented a meltdown from Vivian with expert rogue skills. So like a lot of sides to that character, which I enjoyed.
Yep.
I really liked the when Vivian and Silver were terrified of Karen. And she's like, nice wings. I really enjoyed that little moment that I was like,
The low-key shade.
yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely see her like sashaying past.
Yeah, she was sort of created simply because, so Cade was originally offered to join this game, but Cade was busy. So I said to them, you pick my character and I'ma work
cool.
with it. So Cade went, okay, you know the main character from Knives Out, the Southern Detective. Do that. And I'm like, okay, gender bent, sure, Southern Belle. But also the name is a Christmas pun. So
Of course it is.
Bitson is her full name, which is Blitzen with Noel.
Noel.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
I wish we did.
So trash. But yeah,
Really bad
fun.
joke. Can I kick him from the table, or will that mess up the camera slot?
Love the talking corpse, says Hans Henrich. Also like the nice wings moment, Spina says. Yes, thank you. Who next?
What was our favorite Karen moment? I just
Like,
love that you
all
were
of them?
spot on Magnus at the get. I don't know how you did that. I was like, it's right. Like that's why I was like, what the fuck? Like you're on
Yeah, that was
there
amazing.
from
Nailed
the
it.
get go.
Just, you know, you got to have an eye for this when you work for NPC.
I just know I enjoy how much prep into
Yes.
like understanding that character you made. Like she has her mug, she's from HR, she views everything through this very specific lens, which is so
I feel like you've worked with her
interesting.
before.
Yes.
I think
You
we've
guys-
all worked with Karen. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna add to that. Prep work. Like you came up with the acronym. It's not HR, it's NPC, and the amount of thought that went into a very silly character was really, really lovely. I particularly enjoyed your quarterly review, or that conversation was really cute. And we're all like, "Oh shit, oh fuck."
Yeah, that gave me
You
mental
will-
whiplash.
You will get one in the mail. I'm gonna send you all a little review.
That's
Like,
the real
almost-
intimidation.
I almost had an aneurysm when you said quarterly review. I'm just like,
Oh no.
oh no. I really enjoyed just how much of a non-warlock she was. Like, just
She
not
was a warlock?
at
Yeah.
all. I know, right?
Yeah.
It
She
makes
was a
perfect
warlock.
sense for HR to be
Yeah.
packed with a great old
On
one.
brand. Yeah.
But
I feel like
it was
her adventuring's like not really like part of it anymore. Like this is where she's gone.
Yeah, I feel like she
Um,
works with Grim an awful lot on the contract side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you guys. That's nice to hear because like I, as Des would know, was not here for like 10 days. And I was like, what
Yeah,
am I
you were-
doing?
Oh, it
You're a
did not
smart person
show.
at Field doing
Yeah.
biology
Yeah.
stuff.
You
Also-
smashed it, Nikki.
Another thing I really liked is prop work with actual gingerbread cookies. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah,
The ginger people, oh my god, the ginger people.
ginger people.
We get a shout
Although
out
you're
to my
segregated
housemates.
in different rooms.
Moment for both, not really a moment, but just something for both Nikki and Josh. I'm finding it just happened to both have you as a player at my table because I play with Josh as a DM, and that was like phenomenal, getting to like take a step away from the DM seat. And then I've done like a world building stream over on Nikki's stream, and like it's just so much fun. It's great to just finally have you as a player, like in some way, shape, or form, to have you with us.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much for
yeah.
running this game.
Yeah.
We've got some Vivian moments to talk about.
Yeah, Vivian.
I
we do.
enjoyed the mental breakdown. Roll for mental breakdown.
Oh my god, that
Crit fail.
Fail mental breakdown. Honestly, I feel like I've felt that a few times in life, and I just get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once or twice.
Did
yeah.
that about 4:30 yesterday afternoon.
I think just the consistency with that as well, like you always put in some flavor of like straightening the decorations or being concerned about this part. Like it was very much like, it's part of Vivian's mind and like it's really important to her.
Yeah,
I
after
like that.
after spending 5 hours today setting up for a wedding at my work,
Oh,
god damn, I feel that wedding planner energy. God damn, like you smashed that, Daria. I was just
Oh,
like,
thank you.
oh god, I need
Well-
to do this job now.
To be honest, like I do have experience with this. My mom was planning a lot of at some point a lot of like celebrations, weddings, anniversaries, that sort of stuff, and I was always helping her, and I saw firsthand how incredibly stressful that job is. And Vivian is definitely this nervous ball of energy worrying about everything, but she did like a little relax a little bit as time went on, so that was nice.
Also, as Hans said, that you really wanted the ballerina to be a murder weapon. That was
I
just like, it
wanted
has
that
to be.
sharpened leg to be the murder weapon.
Telescopic
I,
leg.
it never could have been, but I was tempted to change just a little bit. I was like,
There was always
I-
excitement, like even with the bag of holding, and you're like, I didn't know, but I knew.
I had two little ones. I really enjoyed the intimidating Magnus with the you tell us, otherwise you will have to clean up all of the decorations, and actually Nikki and Daria working together to was like, and
Yeah.
she
great
ties them up in
dynamic.
a really specific way, and you will not leave here. I was like, are we going to do White Elephant? Brilliant. That was really, really lovely. But also, when I was deciding who to fly the lizard back and sit on the shoulder of, I was like, no, not the rogue.
Definitely not.
I'm not feeling the energy between Silver and
fair.
Fitzy. And I was like, Karen would probably swat me off. So I was just like, and well, heck, Vivian is very highly strung, so I'm not sure this could go either way. But you were like, I'd give him a scritch. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is fine, lovely. Yeah. I thought that was
We
sweet.
know how to treat pets at the Eldritch Scribe.
We love them until the very last session where we murdered them.
Yes.
By we, you mean you. We did not do it.
It's a collaborative
Never
storytelling
forget
moment.
Right. But we do have to talk about Des moments because there was
favorite
a
DM
lot.
moments.
Wait, did you say Desmond? I feel like I'm in trouble.
Hello, Desmond. No, okay.
No, that's uncanny. I'll take off my glasses if you do that.
Don't dare. Time for your
Why? What's
quarterly
wrong?
review.
What happens when he takes his glasses off?
I've never been on, like, I'm always on stream with them on, and for some reason it doesn't work
It's
for
very
them.
different.
It's not in the cards for them.
Fair.
But for sure,
It is weird. I'll say that.
I enjoyed so much. Well, first of all, just a lot of preparation went into this. Running a detective story is always tough. I love them as a player. I hate them as a DM. That's just a lot of work. And you secretly pray that it's not too difficult, but difficult enough for them to actually enjoy solving it, but also be able to solve it by the end. It's such a tricky balance, and I think you did it very well. I think you did a great job, and I enjoyed all the NPCs. They were fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I put more hours into this than I should have, but that's me DMing in a nutshell.
I think that's always you, Des, and I think that's what makes it so amazing. Is if anyone has, I know that AJ and Daria, you guys always get to play, but if you ever get the opportunity to watch Des DM or play with Des, you just know that there's a lot of energy and just absolute inspiration and heart and soul that always goes into Des's story. They're always really fully fleshed out, and I think it shows. And we can ask about any random thing in the room and you'll know about it, and all of the other trinkets, there's a full backstory there, and I don't doubt that because it's this world that you've created, and I think that's really amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting us
that,
step into it.
I'd like to build on what Nikki's just said, because I've never played in Des as well before. I'm not super familiar with it, but I didn't feel I needed to be. Coming in here, I was just like, wow, this world is so dense and well established. These characters, I picked up more than once that there was in jokes here. There was established canon that other players knew about that I did not, but that was totally fine because I wasn't left lost in this world. And you can spend years building a world and then people start inhabiting it, and I've experienced more than once that I would just like, cool, all right, would my character know that thing? Because I don't even know to ask about that thing, because it'd be but my character would know, but I don't, and that's the problem. I did not have that at all here. So mad props, really good DMing, very fun, much wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to explain, with the cold iron table, that little bit, this is used to kill archface, or gingerbread competitions. Comes from Festorn Woods, which is a place in our world. We have a world map. It's cool. But I like to make people feel welcome.
You definitely succeeded. It was it was just fun. It was just so much fun. The big dumb elephant was my favorite because big dumb characters are just the best in general. But yeah, it was lots of fun, especially the interactions with the two in the library, Varun and Molo.
Molu. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun, just chatting to them and being like, "Hey, Ravenfolk, I know you're good at doing sounds.
Yeah.
Sound check."
And I think that's always says something good about a game and about a DM as well, is if you can think about the game and you just think about the characters, you forget that it's all just Des, they are their own characters, and I think it even took us a while to get names, but it didn't matter because we knew who each person was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were all unique. They weren't
Yeah.
just NPC
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Especially the murdered body. I like how playful he was.
Garrett.
Yeah, he's not going to be bored.
Oh shit.
No, it's like I think I got a good bit of feedback when we ended our most recent campaign, where there were some sessions where I introduced a bunch of NPCs, and I was like, I got like 8 people to introduce in like less than an hour to get people set up. So I kind of like spaced them room by room so you would meet them as they come, and I'm glad it worked out. I'm curious from each of you, since we've gone over our best moments. So, what's your favorite NPC you met tonight and why?
I mean, like Magnus and I have got to have some chats. So
I feel like you don't get along, but there's like, oh,
yeah, it's like,
will they, won't
I
they
know
kill
he's
each
like,
other?
yeah, he's like good at his job within the company, but he's just not like a company culture sort of person. So we'll have a chat.
Oh yeah, for me, I already mentioned the boss, Gastrix. Garridex, sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
I loved how playful he was. Like, how was I murdered? And you guys, he's just such a little like old man energy. I loved it.
I heckin' love the tree.
Yeah, that counts as NPC.
Technically, it's sentient. I really, really adored the tree. Like, I was going to name somebody I haven't already met, that we haven't already spoken about. I enjoyed the big dumb Loxodon, but yeah, I was conceptually the tree is so cool. Really, really sweet detail there. Yeah.
Des has had much practice, pretending to be a sentient forest for the last 30 weeks or so.
The entire part of the last campaign is a sentient forest, so I got that under wraps.
That was
I'm just glad no one could bring speak with plants this time, because that did so well.
I considered it.
Yeah, I checked
love druids.
That was okay.
No, I was like, I'm gonna build this mainly for combat because I don't know what this is gonna be.
Oh my
no
god,
combat.
same.
Originally, I was actually thinking there might have been combat with the tree or with Magnus, but then with the time it was running, I was just having fun interacting with everything. So I was like, fuck the combat.
No, it ended well. It didn't need the combat.
Yeah.
And amazing, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'm sort of R4D representative, I suppose, today right now. But yeah, no, thank you so much for coming back. Those of you who've been on Roll for Damage before, and those of you who haven't, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and playing and helping St Jude's Christmas Children's Charity. It's not Christmas, but St Jude's Children's Charity. There's lots of words and most of them are relevant. It's been awesome having you, and thank you everybody in chat. We have raised over $100 while we've been playing, which is pretty cool, towards that really children's charity. We are less than $700 away from me having to wear a Santa suit at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
That's going to be fun for me. Hey, Small Town Creepy, nice to see you. So I think, Des, unless you want to do or say anything else, we should probably do our sign-offs and bugger off so the next crew can come in.
we can head sign-offs. Just thank you for all being great players, and honestly, I'm super happy with how the murder mystery went. That's honestly, it's, as people say in the chat, murder mysteries are very difficult to run, and I was like, how do I make this work and like get a timeline that kind of works? And when I saw the Echo Knight, I was like, this could in theory work so well in a murder mystery. Like being able to manifest your Echo and move it around while you stay perfectly still, like, you smashed it. And I'm just happy you guys actually solved it and mainly enjoyed it. But other than that, we can do our sign-offs. Who would like to go first?
Go in reverse order.
Reverse order. What's reverse order? We'll start with Daria.
You did it. All right.
All right. Okay, so my name is Daria. I am an artist. I'm also playing this game on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitter. And yeah, we have loads of fun there. Soon we'll have a huge campaign that will start in a few weeks.
So
They're very exciting. But also
months, not weeks. Stop.
Oh yeah. I think like 10 weeks or something. I'm counting in weeks because I really want it to happen
7 weeks,
soon. But yeah, you can come find us there. It's loads of fun.
Nikki.
I'm Nikki. Thanks for having me. It was so great to be able to play on stream. I realized that play D&D or stream about D&D now 6 days a week.
Nice.
Yep.
That's the life.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, so it's been really, really nice and being able to share it and like have a crazy one shot and just go guns blazing. You can find me on my Twitch channel at Nickabrack, where I talk about the biology of D&D creatures as a biologist and ecologist myself, often with a couple of others. And we like run through the biology of the creature, a bit of the origin, how the physiology would actually work. And then we also build an encounter that would be the most natural encounter for them as well, which is really fun. I also do art as well. So on Tuesdays, I usually do a chill art stream, and hopefully there will be some more D&D content in the next year that I can't say. Wink, wink.
Very interesting. Nick, I have put, I believe, the link in the Twitch chat. I believe
Perfect.
that is.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Is it me?
AJ, tell us about yourself.
So I am also on the Eldritch Scribe as the chaotic energy, I guess. If you want to see me pretend to be an 80-year-old birdman who can see nothing but depression, then come watch our little mini campaign that we're doing and stay tuned, because the big one's coming up pretty damn quick, and
in a matter of days, really.
Oh yeah, it's next week. No, it's not. Feel free to come check us out, and
if you want something to do with your Monday evenings, now the Humblewood has wrapped up, go check out the Eldritch Scribe. They start 7 p.m. AWST, or I believe midday GMT.
12 p.m. GMT.
Yes.
But Josh, I don't want you to be forgotten. I would never forget you. I wouldn't want to do that to somebody, so I'll let you go.
What a monster. What a monster would do that. No
Who
one
would
ever.
do that to somebody on their first time as a player at their table?
Asshole would do that to anybody. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh the Pirate. I once DM'd Des on a one-shot Wednesday and signally forgot him in the intros, and I have yet to be allowed to forget about it. Yes, you can find me here on Roll for Damage. You can also find me over on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I DM D&D. We have one-shot Wednesdays. We have Avatar Legends coming back this Wednesday with special guest Maddie Mullins, Rhythm in the Mind's Avatar Legends game. Thursday night is the finale of Humblewood of Monsters and Magic Season 1, featuring our special guest Daria as Julio Switchgear.
Wait, it's going to be the finale, like the final episode?
That is the finale of the season. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
We'll be doing
that's
new
awesome.
New season. There probably more. And yes, there will be a here on Roll for Damage. There will be not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. We will be starting a crossover two-shot between Monsters and Magic and Flocks and Fire, going to Eric's cousin's wedding, featuring Nova One himself in a player seat, which I've never seen. On this channel, which is going to be quite fun and interesting. Beyond that, I'm in the There Be Dragons podcast, we're a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. I'm also in a fringe show, Pupperotica. Check it out at Fringe World. Yes, we're puppets reading erotic fiction. Me and my silly wife do that. Des, tell us about yourself.
So,
who could ever forget you?
Yeah, not many people, I'd imagine. You've probably all heard that name a little bit too much tonight. Yeah, I'm Des. I'm the DM, forever DM over at the Eldritch Scribe. We play D&D every Monday at 12 p.m. GMT. We finished up our last campaign. We're in the middle of a small wood to give me a bit of time to prep a mad amount to do something that's a little, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's a little ambitious. Like a little ambitious for our next big campaign. It involves IRL prop packages and ciphers and stuff. It's going to be wild. But yeah, that's going to happen in about 7 weeks in February-ish, not sooner, because I need time. But yeah, this has been
inside that.
Oh my God, stop! We're over at twitch.tv/Scribe. I'm the DM. I love doing this. It's been great having you all at my table. You can catch myself, Daria, AJ, and who knows, maybe we'll have some guests in the future. But until then, 12 p.m. GMT every Monday, and on these socials, normally same handle, except there's underscores and some of that stuff sometimes. I don't know. I'm not really good at this stuff. I just do it for fun.
Feeling it.
Alrighty. Well, next up, guys, we have Nelderberry. Nate from Wooten Forge is going to be running another game with me and Mitch. And Axel Bebbington and Dan Suelto and Rachel Fukar. So stick around for that. We're going to have more D&D silliness right back for you, all in aid of these wonderful charity. So we will probably run a short ad break and then be right back. So hang around. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. And yeah, stick around, guys. Thank you so much for coming, and say goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for having us.